is swung on and hit in the air to right field deep. And you can't forget about this one. Blaze Salter hits number 5, and the Newport Gulls retake the lead.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Gone! A grand slam! Drew Luckbauer, right tower power, and the Gulls walk off in the 15th inning!
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Tomas steps from the back for one out, throws to first, and it is in time, a double play.
And that one is gone! Going after!
A high drive, left field deep. Lozano going back, looking up. This ball is a two-run homer. T.J. Jones hits it out.
Stay tuned. The pregame show begins now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. In his second season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here's play-by-play broadcaster Dave Peck.
Newport looks to pick up its first win of the 2018 NECBL season in tonight's matchup versus the 0-1 Mystic Schooners here on Newport Hospital opening night. Dave Peck field level getting you set for this Southern Division matchup between the Schooners and the Gulls, where the first 1,000 fans to the stadium will receive magnet schedules courtesy of Domino's Pizza. Let's get into the action from yesterday. The Schooners fell in their first game by a score of 11-4 to the defending NECBL champion Valley Blue Sox. It was James Proctor who picked up the loss, but he did not get much help from his bullpen. They gave up 8 runs, including 6 in the 8th inning. Offensively, the Schooners were led by Brett Rodriguez, who had a home run, 3 RBI, 2 runs scored, and 3 walks. For the Gulls last night, they were in a back-and-forth game with New Bedford, but ended up falling by a score of 5-4 at Paul Walsh Field. Cody Hosey had 2 home runs. His first came in the 2nd inning. Dalton Reed added a 2 RBI single in the 5th to give Newport a 3-0 lead. But New Bedford was pesky, and they stormed back, tying things up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cody Hosey hit his 2nd home run to give them a 4-3 edge, but Newport could not hold off the Bay Sox as they scored 2 more in the 7th inning to hold on to a 5-4 lead they would not relinquish. It's the Gulls and the Schooners next on Newport Hospital opening night here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. The Newport Gulls pregame show starts right now. It is time for the Broadcasters Roundtable. Dave Peck joined to my left by Newport Gulls field reporter Aram Layton. To my right by the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski. Aram, we'll start with you yesterday, a 5-4 loss for Newport. They struck out 18 times in that game. What has to change going forward for these Newport batters?
Well, a big thing is approach. You know, they were going at pitches early in the count, falling behind quick. Pitchers had a lot to work with being ahead in the count. I think a lot of it also has to do with the new bats. You know, you're using metal bats all year, all spring for 6+ months, and now you got to adjust to a different weight distribution, different bat. It's a little bit of an adjustment. So I think they'll be better today, going to bounce back. You just got to get acclimated to the new atmosphere and everything like that.
Now, one of the bright spots for Newport was Cody Hosey, the Tulane product. He hit 2 home runs, both solo in yesterday's game. What can you see from him and expect from him moving forward?
Well, the impressive thing about Hosey is he hit both home runs to different parts of the field. And as a hitter, that means you're locked in. So it's going to be interesting to see how he applies that today, to see if he's still locked in. I'm sure he will be, and it'll be cool to see what he can do tonight on opening day.
All right, Mike, we'll volley it over to you. Yesterday, 11-4 loss for the Schooners. 6-run 8th inning that Valley put up against you guys, and 8 runs led up by your bullpen. What has to change going forward for them?
Well, the bullpen needs to get better for starters. You mentioned that 6-run inning in the 8th. A lot of weird plays that happened. There was a ball out in right field, normal play that was lost in the lights. 2 runs came around and scored. There was a chopper in the infield that went over the first baseman's head. It ended up being a double, and 2 runs came in to score as well. But we did see signs from the bullpen. A lot of those guys looked like they definitely have some potential. It's a pretty young team mixed with, there's 12 rising seniors as well on this Schooners team. But, just first game jitters. They'll get that out of them. And as the season goes on, I'm excited to see what this team can do.
They did have 4 errors in the game, but they have a new coach in Rob Bono. He was the head coach at Central Connecticut State University, also spent some time with the Chatham Anglers. The season's young, but what have you seen from him so far?
It's pretty exciting. Whole new coaching staff for the Schooners this year. As you mentioned, he was with the Chatham Anglers in the Cape Cod League for 5 seasons as the pitching coach. So he has some experience dealing with, the top of the top level talent in collegiate baseball, and then also at Central Connecticut State as an assistant coach currently. He's a guy that's going to come in and honestly, I don't really know because I don't know much about him. I don't know much about this new team, and I mean, it's just going to be exciting to see what he can do and put together with this group of guys.
Certainly be a fun game tonight. For the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski, and RM Layton, Dave Peck, the Newport Gulls pregame show continues next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
How do you say your last name? By the way, I don't want to mess it up. Hosey, gotcha. Joe DeLeon here with the Newport Gulls and the NECBL Broadcast Network. Standing with me now is Cody Hosey, who had a big night last night. 2 home runs in 2 at-bats. How you doing today, Cody?
Doing good. How are you?
So you had a big night, as I alluded to previously. What are you trying to do in order to build off of that type of momentum?
I'm just trying to stay consistent out here, just getting used to the wood bats right now. Swing feels good right now, so I'm just going to keep it consistent,
What do you think contributed most to having such a good outing in your first career game with the Newport Gulls?
At Tulane I play, so coming off that season I was kind of like in a hot streak, so I think coming off there really helped me.
Now, like I said, we've been talking about, you did have a really good game, but your team ended up losing last night. What are you doing as a teammate in order to get your guys around you hot and play good today?
I think it was just the first game kind of thing, got to get out of the way, so we're going to come back today and probably get a win.
All right. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Hi, Allison Heap here with the Newport Gulls on NECBL Network, and standing with me right now is Dalton Reed. Hello, Dalton. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you liking Newport so far?
It's a blast. It's really nice being close to the water, and the town's great.
Awesome. So last night you had a good performance with 2 RBIs. Are you feeling like tonight will be equally as proficient, or?
I feel like with the batting practice day, it should be close to the same, hopefully.
Very nice. Are you looking forward to your season here in Newport?
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be great. We got a great group of guys. It's really fun playing with everybody so far, and I just can't wait for everybody else to get here.
Okay, awesome. This is Allison Heap with the Newport Gulls on NECL, and back to the pregame thing.
It is now time for the front office report. Dave Peck alongside Gulls General Manager and President Chuck Pava. Chuck, how are we doing today?
Good, David. It's good to see you on opening day. It's good to be here.
Always an electric atmosphere here at Cardines, but opening night, Newport Hospital opening night, what can we expect here today at the ballpark?
Well, it's nice weather tonight, so hopefully the fans turn out. It's a Wednesday night, so, it's not a Friday night like we typically have on opening night, but I think just because it's opening night, we'll have a good following here tonight, and it's going to continue to just grow throughout the summer.
Now, as always, Newport has a lot of promotional events throughout the season. What are a few that the fans back home can look forward to when they come to the ballpark this year?
Well, there's all the typical stuff, the T-shirt giveaways, the hat giveaways, the sponsor giveaways, towels on Clement's Market tonight is always special. I think every night we're trying to give something out, whether it's something that can help a young kid, like a free scholarship or perhaps season passes. So we're trying to always entice people to show up so that we can entertain them by our giveaways as well, yeah.
That was the president's part of this interview. Now for the general manager part of this interview. 20-22 last year, the Gulls missed the playoff for the first time since moving to Newport in 2001. Did that affect the way you signed players this offseason? What kind of things were you looking for to make up this team this year?
Yes, it did. I just never expected not to make a playoff here in Newport, just by the talent that we get here and evidenced by the last 10 games those kids played last summer. They just really beat up on everybody. They were talented. I think that we focused on trying to get maybe a little bit more upperclassmen or a good balance of upperclassmen and kids that might be able to get here on time, where we don't have to play with a team of temporary players for 2.5 weeks like we did last year. So, you know, we focus on trying to get an older kid here who might get here on time. But we also have a good mix of younger kids who, you know, are going to get in the NCAAs like it's normal.
All right, well, it is opening night here at Cardines Field. For President and General Manager Chuck Pava, I'm Dave Peck. The Newport Gulls pregame show continues next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Hi, Nick Bello here for the Newport Gulls on NECBL broadcast. I'm here with Russell Smith. So, Russell, you started last night's game. How did it go?
It went pretty well. Kind of settled in after the first inning. The first inning, command with all my pitches really wasn't there. In the second inning, I took a breath, calmed down, and started commanding the baseball.
And how's your time here in Newport so far?
Oh, it's been awesome. Got in here on a Saturday, and ever since I've been loving it. Just checking out the town. It looks like a fun place to be in the summer.
And what do you have to say about the coaching staff here so far?
Oh, they've been awesome. They've really been helping me just with questions that I have, and really they've been providing me with a lot of knowledge.
Awesome, thanks. And the pregame show is up next.
Standing by.
It is now time for the Manager's Show. Dave Peck alongside Coach Mike Coombs in his 12th season. Coach, is it good to be back in Newport?
God, yeah. Look at this. It's beautiful here.
Now, is it like riding a bike? You know, do you forget, you know, how to give the signs or whatnot? Or you pretty much...
That's why I have those guys over there, Grawley, and I got Xander, and I got Kevin. They'll keep me awake in the dugout.
I noticed Grawley was coaching third yesterday. Is that that's gonna be?
Yeah, that's where he's gonna be. We can't have him in the dugout very long, or we go stupid in there.
I got to ask you, 2 years away, what have you been up to?
Ride a motorcycle, Pacific Coast Highway on my Chief Vintage Indian. Last year I went to South Dakota, went out to the Tetons out in Wyoming. Travel and just it's great.
I have to ask, why switch from a Harley Davidson to the new Chief one you have now? I don't know the exact name, but you know, you could enlighten us, please.
I had a Harley.
Okay.
01 Pearl White Fat Boy, Vance and Hines, Bikini Beach Bars, nacelle, the whole 9 yards. Went and tried the Indian, rode on the Indian, smoother ride, better ride, just handled better, and I said, I'll keep them both.
I understand you shipped it out. You flew out the motorcycle, and then you flew out yourself.
Yeah.
That's probably the way to do it, right?
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk a little baseball now. 5-4 loss yesterday. Some good things, some not so good things. Right. What is your biggest takeaway from game number 1?
Just that we were able to get on the bus and come back to Newport. You got to take it as it is. Game 1. You know, if everything in the world went wrong, it's still just game 1, and you go from there. Now, get in game 2, 3, 4, and things start happening, whatever, and then you start. But you get the jitters out, you get all that out, and ready to go. But it just, you know, we swung the bat in some spots, and then some other spots we didn't. And you know, it's about making contact.
How much of there were 18 strikeouts for the Gulls yesterday? How much of that was due to New Bedford pitching or just Newport's approach?
The two lefties they ran at us, they dealt, and our guys, they said, "Hey, God, that ball gets on you quick." So it's deceiving. It doesn't matter. You get a little guy out there, and all of a sudden he starts painting the black back and forth, and he starts changing speeds on you, and you get out there and you're looking for one spot, one speed, and you don't get it. You may be sitting.
For those of you who don't know, there is a little bit of a history here with Mike Coombs and some umpires. So I'm going to ask you right now, what is the over-under? Over under 2.5 chairs thrown on the Cardines infield this season.
No chairs. You never know. They get you a little ticked, and you know, you tick them off, they tick you off, and who knows what happens. But no, I'm going to be a good boy.
It's all part of the game until the first call doesn't go your way. Mike Coombs, Dave Peck, stay tuned. The Gulls and the Schooners are next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
And the Newport Gulls broadcast team.
Hello and welcome to opening night here at Cardines Field for the Southern Division matchup between your Newport Gulls and the Mystic Schooners. Dave Peck here in the broadcast booth, joined to my left by Newport Gulls scorekeeper Andre Olivier, the voice of the Mystic Schooners Mike Majeski, and the Newport Gulls scorekeeper Aram Layton. So we have an 0-1, 0-1 matchup as both teams look for their first win of the 2018 NECBL season. Newport was in action last night in New Bedford, Massachusetts at Paul Walsh Field. It was a 5-4 loss to the Bay Sox. They were out hit 6-8 in that game. Both teams did not record an error. Nick Enright picked up the loss for Newport, going 3.1 innings, giving up 3 runs, all of which were earned, 5 hits, walked nobody, and struck out 4 batters. Offensively, Cody Hosey with 2 solo home runs, and the 2 RBI single from Dalton Reed gave them the 4 runs, but that was not enough against the pesky New Bedford offense that came back with 2 more runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And I welcome in the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski. Mike, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing well. It is a fantastic night for baseball. It's been 9 months since the Gulls last took the field here at Cardines, and we have a nice electrifying atmosphere here. The fans shuffling in as the on-field festivities continue. The home Newport Gulls taking the field. But first, Mike, talk to us about the game last night for Mystic versus the Valley Blue Sox.
Yeah, so Mystic played their home opener on opening day of the NECBL season against the Valley Blue Sox. We welcome in longtime broadcaster Mike Lord, who finally won a ring in his 15th season, so congrats to him. But things did not go well for Mystic in their first game. They lost 11-4. Some bright spots, though. We did see a 3-run home run off the bat of Brett Rodriguez, the leadoff hitter. He also got a single in that game. Sebastiano Santarelli, he got an RBI double and then a base hit as well, a stolen base. But Schooners were only able to put together 4 hits in that game. Not much going on offensively. And then, of course, the Valley Blue Sox broke the game wide open with 6 runs in the 8th inning to really put things away. And that was it. I mean, not too much looking good, but as we said, that's just the first game of the season. Things will get better as the season goes on.
Very early on in the season, and as is often in the NECBL, so much turnover from year to year. The roster is almost completely different for both teams, so you can't take too much away from 2017, but in the past, these 2 teams do have a history of being playoff rivals.
Yeah, absolutely. In 2015 and 16, I believe the Mystic Schooners defeated the Newport Gulls in the Southern Division Championship to advance. The Schooners unfortunately lost in the championship in 15, but won the championship in 16. So this has become a great rivalry, really the top 2 teams in the Southern Division in the NECBL going at it. And to start off the home opener for the Gulls, who better to play than the Mystic Schooners?
It's the Gulls and the Schooners on opening night here at Cardines Field, Newport Hospital opening night, where the first 1,000 fans of the ballpark will receive a magnet schedule courtesy of Domino's and Newport Hospital giveaway. We'll be right back after these brief messages with last night's games, tonight's games, and standings around the league.
You're tuned in to the Newport Gulls pregame show, now on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience. It may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
As we welcome you back to Cardines Field, getting you set for this matchup between the Schooners and the Gulls here on June 6th. Both teams looking for their first win of this 2018 NECBL season. Both lost in yesterday's matchups, and to take you around the results from yesterday, here is the Gulls field reporter, Aram Layton. Aram, how are we doing today?
Doing well. The Plymouth Pilgrims shut out the Mountaineers last night by a score of 5-0. The North Adams Steeplecats fell to Danbury 9-3. As we touched on earlier, the Newport Gulls fell in a close one, 5-4 to the New Bedford Bay Sox. And as Mike just discussed, the Schooners got beat down pretty badly to the Valley Blue Sox. Keene and Winnipesaukee need to have that game made up as it was postponed. Same thing with Upper Valley and Ocean State. They will be made up later in the season. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Aram. And of course, there are other games in action besides here at Cardines Field. And Aram, we'll throw it back to you to see around the league for tonight's matchups.
Absolutely, and the Ocean State Waves will be taking on Danbury Westerners at 6:30. Winnipesaukee will be taking on the Pilgrims also at 6:30. Vermont will be taking on Sanford, and Valley Blue Sox will be taking on the Keene Swamp Bats, as well as, of course, tonight's game, the Mystic Schooners and the Newport Gulls.
And it's still early on in the NECBL season. Obviously, only one game being played so far, but what do the standings look like one night in?
Well, the Northern Division, the Valley Blue Sox have the lone win, as the other two teams, the Vermont Mountaineers and the North Adams Steeplecats, are both 0-1. As we look at the Southern Division, the Danbury Westerners, New Bedford Bay Sox, and the Plymouth Pilgrims are in a three-way tie for first place at 1-0, with the Newport Gulls and Mystic Schooners down at 0-1. Someone will come at it today with a win, obviously.
Yeah, quite a few rainouts yesterday, as we'll send it down to the field for the national anthem today, being sung by Lorania De Crescenzo.
And Newport Cub Scout 33. We would now like to have a moment of silence for NECBL co-founder Joe Constantino.
Ladies and gentlemen, on January 19th, the New England League lost one of its most influential figures in the 25-year history of our league, our co-founder, Joe Constantino. In 1993, he and fellow co-founder, former Cincinnati Reds outfielder and National League Most Valuable Player George Foster envisioned a summer league in New England where college players would have a chance to develop their skills in front of Major League Baseball scouts. That dream became a reality, and 25 years later, the New England League is more prosperous than ever. The 2018 New England League season will be played in Joe's memory. All players and coaches will pay tribute to our co-founder by wearing his initials on their caps all summer long. To commemorate Joe's legacy and all that he gave to make the New England League a reality, we ask that you join us in honoring our co-founder with a moment of silence. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing and singing of our national anthem.
Here with us tonight, we have Lori De Crescenzo, Newport Hospital's Chief Development Officer and a trained opera singer.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars
A beautiful national anthem sung by Lorena De Crescenzo, who is the Chief Development Officer at Newport Hospital and a trained opera singer. The honor guard tonight was Newport Cub Scout Troop 33, Rogers ROTC, and Newport Ancient Order of Hibernians. We'll take a quick break and be right back with lineups and more right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
We would like to thank Dream Bat Company, an official partner of the New England League, for their support and sponsorship of our postseason awards. Dream Bat Company has been a proud partner and supporter of the New England League since 2010. Visit dreambats.com and enter coupon code NECBL20 for 20% off your entire online purchase. Listen up, fans. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 23rd, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team. This year's All-Star Game is being played at the home of the Valley Blue Sox on Sunday, July 29th. Fan voting will take place online at vote18.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 23rd.
As we welcome you back here to the broadcast booth, Dave Peck alongside Newport Gulls scorekeeper Andre Olivier, the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski, and the Newport Gulls field reporter Aram Layton, as the teams go back to their respective dugouts, and we will get you the starting lineups here for first the visiting Schooners, and take you through those. Here is Mike Majeski. Mike.
Thank you very much, Dave. Well, leading off is the shortstop Brett Rodriguez. Batting second at third base is Sebastiano Santarelli. Batting third, the DH is Shane Kelly. In the cleanup spot, the center fielder Mike Wilson. Batting fifth and left is Freddie Sabato. Batting sixth, the catcher Matt O'Neill. Batting seventh in right field is Steve Barmakian. At first base, Alex Santos. He bats eighth. And rounding it off, batting ninth, is the second baseman Tommy Gardner.
Thank you, Mike. And they will face off against Josh Bates, the right-hander from Tulane University. Just finished up his freshman year down there in New Orleans. And Bates 6'2", 185. And this past season he held a 2-2 record, made 16 appearances, 10 starts, which was the third most for the Tulane Green Wave, 46.1 innings pitched, and held on to a 5.24 earned run average, which was fifth for all pitchers over 10 innings. He also had 34 strikeouts and 30 walks. And as the managers Mike Coombs and Rob Bono talk with the umpires at home plate, we will take you through the starting lineup for your Newport Gulls as they get ready for their second game of this 2018 NECBL season. Not many changes. Leading things off is Dylan Plew. He's playing first base from Washington State. And the two holes, the shortstop Chris Cornelius from the University of Missouri. Batting third is Cody Hosey, who had 2 home runs yesterday. He plays third today from Tulane University. In the cleanup spot is Dalton Reed. He is the designated hitter from Seminole State and a University of Kentucky commit. Behind him, Dylan Clunan playing left field from the University of Miami. In the 6th spot is the right fielder Cole Austin from Arizona State. Batting 7th, Zach Hogeson. He's in center from Arizona State as well. In the 8th spot, Logan Harvey, the catcher from Wake Forest. And rounding out this Newport lineup is Jack Gethings, the second baseman tonight from Fairfield University, and they will face off against John Signor, the crafty veteran from Fairfield University. What do we have on John?
Yeah, John Signor is entering his third year with the Mystic Schooners. He burst onto the scene in 2016, about midway through the season, and has never looked back since. Was a part of that 2016 championship season. And to give you an idea of just how much of a workhorse John Signor is, these are his career numbers at Fairfield. He's pitched 252 1/3 innings and has a 3.03 ERA. He has started 37 games for the Stags, has 6 complete games, 1 shutout. He's struck out 225 batters, only walked 44 of them. He's given up 85 earned runs, and opponents are hitting 250 against him. Signor has been spectacular every time that I've seen him with the Mystic Schooners, and he's a guy that is going to work really fast. He doesn't look like much when he stands out there on the mound, but he hits his spots. He has a great breaking ball, and he just absolutely just mows down batters.
Should be a good matchup between Signor and Josh Bates, as you see Coach Coombs right now giving the field dimensions and ground rules here at Cardines Field. And of course, it is an interesting stadium to say the least, but the dimensions out there in the outfield: left field is 315, left center is 365, center field is 395. It's 315 to right center field, and right field is 285 feet. The fence all the way around is 28 feet high, and really the outfield fence is drawn by the property lines out there by the houses behind the fence. So we're just about set for baseball. First pitch coming soon. The weather here in Newport, 58 degrees, mostly sunny with some clouds in the area. 0% chance of precipitation, humidity at 81% with winds gusting 11 miles per hour. A beautiful night to start things off here on Newport Hospital night at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the first pitch. You're listening to NECBL Baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Newport Gulls Baseball, the NECBL Broadcast Network. The Newport Gulls, 6-time champions of the NECBL. Follow the whole season right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
And we are right here settled for first pitch. Dave Peck alongside the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski, as the first batter of the ball game digs in. And it is Brett Rodriguez, the Wofford College junior. And Rodriguez had himself a day yesterday, a home run, 3 RBI, and 3 walks as well as he digs in from the right side.
Rodriguez batting .500 on the season, 1 for 2. Did walk 3 times as well, so he's a guy who's going to get on base, and he showed the power with that 3-run home run.
First pitch from Bates is a fastball, misses outside, 1-0. We're underway. First pitch time, 6:41 Eastern time here in Newport, Rhode Island. As Bates works from the windup, here's the 1-0 to Rodriguez. That one lifted in the infield, and it's the shortstop Cornelius coming in. He calls off Gethings, reaches up and makes the grab, 1 gone.
Well, a nice start for Josh Bates, getting the Schooners leadoff hitter Rodriguez to pop out. That's a nice way to settle in your home opener.
A quick out there for Bates, and now he will face Sebastiano Santarelli. That's from the left side, 5'11", 185 from Seton Hall University. A senior from Yonkers, New York. Here's the first pitch from Bates, and it's a fastball, misses inside, 1-0.
I've only seen 2 teams this year, the Blue Sox and now the Gulls, but Sebastiano Santarelli has to be one of the better names out of anybody in the league, and he had himself a nice day, was 2 for 4 with a RBI double yesterday.
1-0 fastball, misses high. And on the year at Seton Hall, he made 49 starts, 264 average, and 193 at-bats. That was second most on the team. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it's a fastball taken for strike 1.
And what the Schooners like to do, a little bit different from Newport. Newport gets all these guys from big-name baseball schools. The Schooners get guys from kind of mid-major schools, even though Seton Hall out of the Big East, but they get the studs out of those schools.
2-1 misses high again, so 3 balls and 1 strike to Santarelli, and that's actually something I talked a lot about with General Manager Chuck Pava before the game. You know, how is the makeup of this team different from last year? As the 3-1 pitch is taken for strike number 2, and a full count now to Santarelli. But he was saying last year a lot of high-profile guys that didn't necessarily get a lot of playing time at their big schools. Here he's got a little bit more experience coming in, and really only 5 people on the roster that aren't here. As the 3-2 pitch is swung through for strike 3, Santarelli goes down swinging for out number 2 here in the top of the first inning.
Well, that's a good sign for Newport, getting the big-name schools and the guys that have experience too. That just makes for what could be a great year for Newport. And, of course, Mike Coombs is back, who's had his fair share of championships guiding this team. It's kind of scary when you think about it.
Coombs in his 12th season, like you brought up, coached the previous 11, started in Newport in 05 as Shane Kelly swings and misses on the first fastball from Bates. And he has a 308 and 153 career record entering this season, which is first in the NECBL history. He's also got 4 NECBL titles, looking for one more Fay Vincent Cup here this season. The 0-1 pitch, line drive down the right field line. That'll get foul and bounce on top of the warehouse there in right field to move the count to 0-2. The Gulls wearing their all-white uniforms with Gulls written in blue from left to right on the chest. Numbers under that in blue, outlined in orange. And the Schooners, we talked a little bit about their uniforms before the game. An interesting shade of blue with gray pants with Schooners written in orange across the chest from left to right.
Brand new logo, brand new uniforms for the Schooners this season. And
as the 0-2 curveball is in there for strike 3, Shane Kelly goes down looking, and Bates gets him down 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Schooners can't get anything going. Still no score here in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom of the frame. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
We would like to thank Dream Bat Company, an official partner of the New England League, for their support and sponsorship of our postseason awards. Dream Bat Company has been a proud partner and supporter of the New England League since 2010. Visit dreambats.com and enter coupon code NECBL20 for 20% off your entire online purchase.
As we head to the bottom of the first inning, still no score here in Newport. And the Schooners take the field for the first time today as John Signor takes his warm-up pitches. And Mike, if you would take us around the defensive alignment for the visiting Schooners.
Yeah, I would love to. Left to right in the outfield, Freddie Sabato, Mike Wilson, and Steve Barmakian. The third baseman is Sebastiano Santarelli. Brett Rodriguez, who actually was the center fielder last night, has moved to short. Tommy Gardner, who was the shortstop yesterday, has moved to second base. Alex Santos is at first. Matt O'Neill, the University of Pennsylvania student, is doing the catching for tonight's starting pitcher, John Signor.
As the crowd shuffles in here at Cardines Field, a nice turnout here on opening night, sponsored by Newport Hospital. Again, first 1,000 fans get magnet schedules free courtesy of Domino's and Newport Hospital giveaway. Dylan Plew leading things off for the Gulls. It'll be Plew, Cornelius, and Hosey here in the bottom of the first inning. Plew digs in from the left side. Here's the first pitch from Signor, and he wanted to swing, did not, but it doesn't matter as it's called a strike by home plate umpire Anthony Letizio. In the field with Letizio is Ben Wroblewski, followed by Brian Oberholter, who is also in the field down the third base line. The 0-1 fastball drops in for strike 2. Nice pitch there from Signor.
Yeah, I mentioned Signor. He works as fast as possible. You can already see Dylan Plew is aware of that, steps out of the batter's box trying to make it his pace of the game, but Signor's a guy that's going to throw a lot of strikes.
As he fouls that 1-0-2 pitch, rather, off the screen down the third base line. So still behind 0-2, but a little bit of fight here from Plew, who in yesterday's game versus New Bedford was 1 for 4 with a hit and 1 run scored. He also walked and struck out once. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs, chases for strike 3. Plew goes down swinging, 1 gone.
Great job. That's typical of John Signor to get a leadoff strikeout. He loves to rack up those Ks as the game goes on. And he's a guy who last year he got a temporary contract in the Cape Cod League. I think he was with the Chatham Anglers briefly, and then he came back to the Schooners and was just as good as advertised last year. So he's looking to continue that into this year's season.
So he strikes out Plew, and in steps Chris Cornelius, who takes strike 1. A nice breaking ball there on the outside corner. And you're right, he works quickly, not wasting any time working from the windup. He's got the red glove, high leg kick, and the delivery. Another curveball, this one just missing outside, 1-1.
Yeah, catch and fire. He's got the ball, he's ready to go as soon as he gets it, and he just waits on the batter to get ready before he can fire.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's another breaking ball. That one scooped low. Nice job from O'Neill, but the count will move to 2 balls and 1 strike here on the Mizzou product, Chris Cornelius. Who reached base 4 times, and he reaches at that one and pops it up foul down the right field line. Giving chase is Gardner, but it'll get up and out of play.
Signor, one of many Connecticut residents on the Mystic Schooners. He's from Wallingford. He spent his high school days at Xavier in Middletown. So definitely a local kid, just like many Schooners players are.
Now he paused a little bit, gets the sign from O'Neill. Here's the break-even offering, and it's fouled straight back and off the backstop. We'll reset and do it again at 2-2. Cornelius, 5'11", 185. Mizzou went 34-22 this past spring. The 2-2 is fouled down the third base line, and it'll remain that count. On the year, he made 48 appearances, 47 starts, had a 250 clip, and 156 at-bats, 39 hits, 25 runs, and 5 doubles. 2-2 pitch, fastball spotted up on the outside corner, catches him looking for out number 2. A nice pitch there. Back-to-back strikeouts for Signor.
And I mean, this is exactly what I expected when I saw Signor becoming the starter. I was a little surprised that he didn't start opening day against the Valley Blue Sox, because I think out of all the guys on the staff, he is the only one that I've really seen, but I think he's the best guy, but I guess they saved him for the Newport Gulls.
Always important to get a win here at Cardines Field, as Cody Hosey takes ball 1 from Signor, and Hosey was the offensive story last night for Newport. He had 2 hits, both solo home runs, 1 to right field, 1 just absolutely launched over the left field fence. 2 RBI, 2 runs scored, as he launches this one down the left field line, but it slices foul into the bullpen, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike.
You can just tell that Hosey is on it. He's feeling it from last night with those 2 home runs. He was just a little bit ahead of that one. If he had stayed back just a second longer, that one would have been down the left field line and probably extra bases.
Hosey 6'4", 195. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a fastball lifted into right center field, giving chase is Wilson, who reaches up and makes the catch to retire the side. So the Gulls go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first inning. Still no score. We'll head to the top of the second when we come back. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Listen up, fans. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 23rd, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team. This year's All-Star Game is being played at the home of the Valley Blue Sox on Sunday, July 29th. Fan voting will take place online at vote18.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 23rd.
Still no score here in Newport as we head to the top of the second inning. Matchup between the Newport Gulls and the Mystic Schooners, both looking for their first win of the 2018 NECBL season, and it is Bates back out on the hill for the Gulls. He will face the 4, 5, and 6 heart of this Schooners lineup: Mike Wilson, Freddie Sabito, and Matt O'Neill. And we'll take you through the defensive alignment real quick for the Gulls, who are out in the field wearing their all-whites. At third base is Cody Hosey. Chris Cornelius is the shortstop. The second baseman tonight is Jack Gethings, and Dylan Plew plays first. The outfield left to right, Dylan Clunan, Zach Hogeson, and Cole Austin. Catching the balls and strikes today for Josh Bates is the senior from Wake Forest, Logan Harvey. Dalton Reed is the designated hitter as Anthony Letizio brushes off home plate and gets the box ready for Mike Wilson, the Stony Brook University product.
And Mike Wilson went 0 for 4 last night with a couple of strikeouts, so you know he'll want to get it started. He is the cleanup hitter in this lineup for a reason.
First pitch from Bates. That one lined into left field. Coming in on it is Clunan, and it bounces in front of him, so it is a leadoff single there for Mike Wilson, not wasting any time.
A great start for Wilson. First pitch swinging. You know that he wanted to get his first hit of the season, and he does just that, dropping it right in front of Clunan, and the Schooners are off and running. Nobody out, runner on first.
So Mystic went down 1-2-3 to start the game in the top of the first inning. They have their first base runner for either team here tonight as Freddie Sabito digs in from the left side. Bates now working from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses low and inside, 1-0.
Freddie Sabito, very tall guy, 6'7", 190 out of Wagner, Staten Island, New York product. He's a rising junior. Listed as an infielder, but playing left tonight.
That's what happens in the NECBL.
Yeah.
A lot of shuffling. Here's the 1-0. That one launched into right field, but it is right at Cole Austin, who catches it on a line to retire Sabito. That one was absolutely cranked.
It definitely was. I thought for a second that it was over the head of Austin, but it was right to him. He took a couple of steps back, reached up the glove, and made an easy catch.
Anywhere else in the ballpark, that is certainly a hit, if not more than a single. But instead, it is just an F9 in the book if you're keeping track at home. So 1 down, still no score here in Newport. As in steps Matt O'Neill from the University of Pennsylvania. He bats from the right side.
Matt O'Neill, another returning Schooner from last season.
First pitch from Bates is swung on and missed for strike 1.
And O'Neill, a catcher, another catcher on the Schooners, Phil Capra. He's gone. He just got drafted today. So congratulations to Capra. Also, former Schooners Carson Teal was drafted as well.
As Bates goes over to first to check on Wilson, nothing doing.
And Ryan Ramis was drafted as well today.
There's the MLB draft happening this week. A lot of Gulls being named to MLB organizations, as that one is taken low for ball 1 to O'Neill. Bates gets the sign, sets the glove at the chest. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a fastball just a little low and outside, 2-1. One out, Mike Wilson on first base. Here's the 2-1 offering. And it's another fastball, similar spot. This one does catch low and outside corner to even things up at 2 apiece. Infield playing at double play depth here with 1 down in the inning. Still no score in Newport. Both teams looking for their first win of the 2018 NECBL season. Here's the break-even offering, and it's a nubber hit right at Hosey, who scoops it up, throws it across the diamond to retire O'Neill, but he moves the runner up 90 feet. He now, as in Wilson, stands on second, but there are 2 gone.
Smart play by Hosey over at third base. He knew that that ball was going to take a hop, and he took a couple of steps back, let it fall into the glove, and then made the throw across the diamond. But in the meantime, Wilson advances to second base, so a base hit by Barmakian will give the Schooners a run.
So he's moved into scoring position, but still 2 down in the inning for Stephen Barmakian from George Washington University. He bats from the left side. And a long pause here from Bates. Looks into Harvey. Shakes off a couple, now gets the sign. Comes to the set. Quick look at Wilson. Here's the pitch, and it's a curveball inside, 1-0.
Barmakian out in right field tonight for the Schooners. Last night against the Valley Blue Sox, he played left field. So definitely a guy that can fill a lot of roles.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses in, 2 balls and no strikes. And you know, we mentioned it, but that's what happens here. You get a lot of infielders or outfielders that come to play summer ball, and really it's an opportunity for them to learn a different position and become more versatile when they go back to their respective schools in the fall. Leg kick from Bates. Here's the 2-0. This one, a nubber down the first baseline, rolled foul. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, you think about it, I know they have the NECBL All-Star game with all those players, but really all of these NECBL teams are all-star teams from collegiate players all across the country. These are, and especially the NECBL, these are the best of the best collegiate baseball players, and all these teams are stacked. So you got guys that play the same position, and they got to shift around to get all the bats in the lineup.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It honestly comes down to who's hitting, and you find a spot for him somewhere on the field. This year's All-Star game played home of the Valley Blue Sox as Barkamian swings through that one, even things up at 2-2. Barmakian, 55 appearances, 55 starts, batted .310, which was 4th on his team, 229 at-bats, and tied for third with 71 hits. No score, runner on second, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's a check swing on the fastball that just stayed a little up. And we have a full count here to the George Washington product.
Barmakian almost thought about going around on that one. You could see the hands start to turn, but he stopped just in time as it was just a little bit outside. A good take by Barmakian.
Bates trying to work past that leadoff single from Wilson. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball swung through for strike 3. He gets Barmakian on the fastball. to retire the side. Schooners leave one runner on, score no runs, no Newport errors. Still no score here in the City by the Sea. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Newport Baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
We would like to thank DreamBat Company, an official partner of the New England League, for their support and sponsorship of our postseason awards. DreamBat Company has been a proud partner and supporter of the New England League since 2010. Visit dreambats.com and enter coupon code NECBL20 for 20% off your entire online purchase.
As we welcome you back here to the broadcast booth, Dave Peck joined to my left by Gulls official scorekeeper Andre Olivier, the voice of the Mystic Schooners Mike Majeski, and the Newport Gulls field reporter Aram Layton here. No score as we head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Dalton Reed, Dylan Clunan, and Cole Austin due up for the Gulls.
We'll see how Newport does responding to that tough first inning where they went down 1-2-3. Now the middle half of the order will get their crack at Signor.
And Dalton Reed, that's from the left side, who had a clutch 2 RBI single as he fouls off that first pitch from Signor, 0-1.
I like that move by Reed, the cleanup hitter, power guy, DH. You know Signor is going to throw a strike. Why not take a big swing at it?
Reed was 1 for 5 in yesterday's game with 4 strikeouts as that fastball misses off the plate, 1-1. But he had 2 RBI, and besides Hosey's 2 home runs, there were not many of those, as this one is hit on a nose into center field. It bounces in front of Wilson. It gets all the way to the fence. Rounding first goes Reed, and he will be up with a single. Charge that an E8 for the center fielder Wilson. So the Gulls have their leadoff guy on second base here with nobody out in the bottom of the second inning.
Well, it looked like Wilson wanted to dive after it going head first, and he was unsure while he was running in. Last second decided not to, and by that time it was too late. The ball had already skipped past him to his glove. Nice job by Barmakian to get to the ball, though. But, I mean, a leadoff single, and now all of a sudden the man is in scoring position with nobody out.
Yeah, I mean, for a center fielder, that's one of the toughest plays because it hits so hard and has backspin, but you're not sure if you want to maybe dive for it. It's early on in the game, so maybe you can afford to be more aggressive. But right there, you saw Wilson kind of caught between both decisions, and the ball ended up getting past him all the way to the fence out there. Luckily, in right center field, it juts in a little bit. Here's the first pitch to Clunan, and it misses upstairs. Fastball high and outside, 1-0.
So this is the first time that Signor has had a runner on base, so we'll see how that changes his approach to things.
Working from the stretch now. Takes a long look in to get the sign from O'Neill. Now sets the glove at the chest, leg kick and the delivery. Fastball misses in. 2 balls and no strikes. Clunan was 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts in yesterday's game. His single came in the top of the 4th inning. He also grounded out to the shortstop. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that one is launched into center field. Going back is Wilson to his right, and it's off the fence. Rounding third is Reed. He will score. And Dylan Clunan has himself an RBI double. Newport takes the lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning.
The Newport Gulls bats are taking advantage of a lot of strikes thrown by John Signor, and that one was absolutely launched out to dead center field, a little bit to the left, and then Wilson, when he got to the ball, it looked like he stumbled out there. The run would have scored anyway, but still a great piece of hitting by Dylan Clunan. Still nobody out, another man in scoring position, and the Gulls are just trying to keep this train going.
So Clunan trades places with Reed. Newport takes a 1-0 lead here. Still, like you said, nobody out, as in steps Cole Austin from the right side. Here's the first pitch, and it's a curveball outside, 1-0. Wilson has been busy this inning. Couple of really tough plays, and that's not an easy place to play. Cardine center field, one of the tougher places. Pretty much, I'd safe to say, in New England, there's so many things that are going on out there. You have one of the lights inside the fence. You have several drains out there in center, so not easy. As the 1-0 is taken high for ball 2.
Yeah, you look to your right if you're standing in his perspective, and you got all that space in front of you, and you look to your left and you got a fence that juts in. You don't really know where to go, and you look behind you and you got a triangle out there. It's just tough whenever a ball's hit that way.
395 out to dead center. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball just on the outside corner for strike one. 2-1 here to Austin. Austin from Arizona State, 6'2", 195. A rising junior. And he was a transfer from West Virginia University. Long pause now from Signor. And he steps off as Clunan was dancing a little bit out there in second. 1-0 Newport. Nobody out. Clunan with the RBI double. He stands on second. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And it's right off the behind of Signor. Bounces to the third baseman, Santarelli. But there is no play. That one was absolutely cranked, but really no play there for Signor. It'll go down in the book as a single. And advancing from second to third goes Clunan. Still nobody out.
That is 3 very hard-hit balls in a row. That one would have sailed out to center field if it had not hit Signor in the back. And yeah, Signor turned. I don't think he realized at first that it hit him. And now I think he's feeling it afterwards. That one's got to sting a little.
Yeah, the whole infield coming in, and coach of the Schooners coming out as well to make sure he's all right. And you're right, that was probably fortunate. It was going towards the right center gap.
I think a run would have scored.
Absolutely. Clunan on second. Still nobody out, but he certainly would have scored there from second base. But right now it's 1-0 Newport, as we have Gully Jr. here in the broadcast booth visiting us for the first time this season. It's always nice to see Gully, my old pal here at Cardians Field. Gives me a nice smooch on the cheek as the meeting at the mound concludes. And now Signor taking a few practice pitches, trying to shake off whatever happened there on that line drive.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. Looks good firing in some strikes right now when he's practicing. But Newport, Reed, Clunan, and Austin have all hit the ball very hard to start off this bottom of the second inning. And now there's still nobody out. Runners on the corners with Hogeson coming up to the plate. And Newport looks like there's no stop in sight. Maybe, this pause in play will kind of help out the Schooners, kind of break that trend for Newport.
Yeah, and Hogeson had 4 strikeouts in yesterday's game, 2 swinging and 2 looking as he digs into the left-handed batter's box. And one thing I noticed actually yesterday, very aggressive approaches from the Newport bats, and because Signor works so quickly, it's probably playing into Newport's strategy. We'll see if he tries to slow it down here as Hogeson looks at the first pitch from Signor for strike one on the inside corner.
Hogeson, another tall guy, 6'4", 200 pounds.
From Christian High School, played in 13 games, 1 start, as he fouls that one back to the backstop, 0-2. 1-0 your score, bottom of the second inning. Dalton Reed had that leadoff single, and it got away from Wilson all the way to the fence, so he advanced to second, and then it was the double off the wall out there in left center field from Clunan that plated Reed. Only run of the game. He now stands on third, and Austin's on first as Signor goes over to first to check on him. Nothing doing. Here's the 0-2 to Hogeson, and it misses way high, 1-2.
Signor really slowing down the pace now that runners have gotten on base and he's gotten into some trouble. We'll see if he can work his way out of it.
Runners on the corner, still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses in, 2-2. Shadows creeping across the diamond now, as they usually do. 7:07 here in Newport. Just covering the third baseman, Santarelli. And now we see Signor slowing things down. Finally gets the sign, comes to the set. Here's the break-even offering. It's a curveball. That one hit on the ground and through the hole into right field. Scoring from third is Clunan. It's an RBI single there for Zach Hogeson. His first RBI and first hit of the season. And Newport takes a 2-0 lead.
4 hard-hit balls in a row for the Gulls. They're just teeing off against Signor right now. And you can tell that they're happy to be at their home field. It's the home opener. They got the crowd behind them. Great crowd here at Cardines. And, they want to play well for these people here in Newport.
And it's a beautiful day. Clouds escaping the sky now, mostly blue up there And the fans are loving this. 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning for the Gulls. Still nobody out. Runners on first and second for Logan Harvey, the rising senior at Wake Forest. First pitch, he shows bunt, pulls back as he takes that curveball off the plate, 1-0. Harvey, 5'11", 190. Wake Forest this past season, 25-32, 13-17 in the ACC, 5th in the Atlantic Division of the ACC. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is swung through and missed for strike one. And Wake Forest went 2 and out in the ACC tourney. They lost 10-2 to Louisville and then 6-2 to Duke. They did not make the NCAA tournament.
It's a tough conference, though. The fact that this guy plays in the ACC means he's a good player.
Exactly. Very tough conference. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's taken for ball number 2. Fastball just missing inside. Of course, here at Cardines Field, the dugouts are both down the first baseline, hockey-style dugouts. And I was talking to assistant coach Gregory Grawl of the Newport Gulls yesterday, and he said, I don't think I've ever seen or heard of any stadium that does that, not only in New England, but in the country. 2-1 popped up foul over the backstop and into the street to even things up at 2-2. Could get interesting, you know. Very close proximity, both teams. Always something to talk about.
I'm sure it's happened before.
I have not seen it since, but you have been in the NECBL a few more years than I have.
I haven't seen it. I think the guy would ask would be Mike Lord. See if he's ever heard anything. Or Nick Lima if he ever comes around.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's a fastball just off the plate. Move the count to full here on Logan Harvey. Dalton Reed led off the inning with a single. He reached on the E8 to second. Clunan batted him in with the RBI double. And Austin reached on the single that hit off of Signor's back. That put runners on the corners. Then Hogeson with the single into right field to plate Clunan. 3-2 pitch fouled up and out of play as it bounces right behind, kind of ricocheted off the net there, right behind home plate.
Harvey definitely working hard right now against Signor, trying to keep things rolling for Newport. And Signor just a strike away from getting that first out. That can mean everything, and getting his confidence back and start to get his feet under him, try to, stay relaxed and get the next two.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball misses high, so that's ball 4. Logan Harvey walks, and now Newport has the bases loaded. Still nobody out in the inning, so trouble here. And O'Neill wants to talk things over with Signor, see if there's any action in the bullpen for the Schooners out there down the left field line. He started out the game, a couple of strikeouts, got the Gulls to go down 1-2-3, but here in the bottom of the second inning, it has been trouble, and it looks like there is not much action for either team.
Well, what I noticed after one game by Rob Bono, the new head coach, is that he likes to stick with his starting pitchers. James Proctor got the start for Mystic last night as Rob Bono comes out to have a chat. But Proctor got the start last night, and he got 3 runners on in the first inning. And then 3 runs came across in the second. But then Bono left Proctor in for the third and the fourth, and he was able to calm down, got a 1-2-3 inning in the third, did not allow any runs in the fourth. So just trying to, give some guys some confidence. You don't want to yank them early, especially in the season. You also want to save your bullpen. You don't want to waste a bunch of pitchers this early in the season.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, just game number 2 and still trying to feel some things out. Both teams have a couple of guys that still need to show up after they conclude with their college teams. And speaking of concluding, head coach Rob Bono is done talking over to Signor, and like you predicted, he stays in the game. And he will face Jack Gethings, who bats from the left side. White cleats with a tan bat. We're going to keep this rally going. Still nobody out. Bases loaded. 2-0 Newport as he swings through that changeup for strike 1. Signor, 22 strikes, 14 balls so far in this game. Control hasn't been the issue. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one fouled off the netting down the third base line, 0-2. And this is what he needs. He needs to get up in counts with a couple of foul balls, maybe a big swing from one of the Newport hitters, and give himself a few options up in the count, 1-2-0-2.
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing strikes. He's still on it. As you mentioned, control's not the issue. It's just the Newport hitters are seeing the ball really well.
0-2 fastball misses high. Easy take there from Gethings. Move the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gethings yesterday did not have a hit, but he did have a run. As he chops this one weakly down the first base line, Signor fields it, looks it home, but then goes to first, and it's a close play, and Gethings is safe. The runner, Austin, from third scores. It's 3-0 Newport. That will go down as an RBI single. Credit Gethings there for hustling down the first baseline, kind of a swinging bunt. And that moves the lead to 3-0 here in the bottom of the second for Newport.
And that's frustrating for John Signor right there. You mentioned it was a slow roller. He fielded it, took a look at home plate, and by that time, Gethings really showing off that speed, able to get to first base, get that infield RBI single, bases still loaded, and nobody is out.
And it was the look, the quick look trying to get Austin, maybe at home. That small delay was all it took. As Blue digs in for the second time today and takes strike 1 on the inside corner.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Gulls, so good time for these guys who went down 1-2-3 to get something rolling.
Still nobody out. Here's the 0-1. That one's fouled to the backstop, 0-2. So once again, ahead in count and still just having trouble. That last one, very unfortunate. Gethings did had 7 stolen bases at Fairfield. That was second on the team, so he has some wheels.
There's a couple teammates, Gethings and Signor, both at Fairfield.
Gethings, Signor, Drew Archiola, of course, the 2016 Gull. He led the Stags in stolen bases this past season. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Signor, and it's absolutely launched into right center field. Gets by Barmakian and Wilson. Scoring from third is Hogeson. Coming around third is Harvey. It's a 2 RBI double there for Dylan Plew, and it is now 5-0 Newport.
And things have gone from bad to worse right now for the Mystic Schooners. And credit Dylan Plew absolutely launching that one, as you said, to right center field, out in that triangle to one of the deepest parts of the field. And now, as you mentioned, it's 5-0, and there seems to be no stop in sight.
That one was launched, just line drive after line drive, and you look on your monitor there, gets into the corner out there in right center field. It goes a little bit to the left, and maybe they're able to have a chance. Still very tough. Easy job there. Scoring from second was Harvey. Gethings had to hold up at third base, so Newport now has runners on second and third. Still nobody out in the inning.
Then Matt O'Neill coming out to talk to Signor, and there is some action down in the bullpen for the Mystic Schooners. Can't tell who that is, though.
And it's number 10, Grant Burleson from the University of Maryland, 5'10", 190, rising senior. He is warming up. We'll see what Rob Bono wants to do, how long this leash is, rather. And that is 7 straight hits for Newport. As the first pitch gets away from O'Neill, 1-0 to Chris Cornelius.
That's why I love what you guys do. I try to look down there and I can't see, and then all of a sudden it just pops up on the TV.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Definitely nice. Newport trying to add to this 5-0 lead. Signor from the stretch. That one, another line drive hit to center field. Wilson going back to his right at the fence, and it's off the fence. Scoring from third is Gethings. Coming around third is Plew. And standing up with a 2 RBI double is Chris Cornelius. It is 7-0 Newport.
Not the way Signor imagined his 2018 Schooners debut to go, but I'm sure that no one in Cardines cares because they're just all rooting for the Newport Gulls, and right now they are just hammering the ball right now. 7-0, as you said, still nobody out. Another runner in scoring position, and we got the 3-hitter up at the plate who got 2 home runs yesterday.
8 straight hits in this inning for Newport. Started with the single from Dalton Reed, who went to second on the error from Mike Wilson. Dylan Clunan doubled and drove in Reed. Cole Austin then singled. Hogeson got on with the RBI, driving in Austin. And Harvey got on as well. Gethings with the single, then Plew with the 2 RBI double, Cornelius with the 2 RBI double, and that's where we stand now here. And there is still nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. 7-0 Newport, and they are not done. Cornelius on second. And like you said, here is Hosey, who had 2 home runs in yesterday's game, and it looks like that could be the day for John Signor as head coach Rob Bono walks out. We'll see what he wants to do. It was number 10, Grant Burleson, warming up from the bullpen. And it looks like we will have a pitching change here in Newport, so we will get his final stat line as it comes in. But the new pitcher, Grant Burleson, coming in. We'll take a quick break and be right back. 7-0, runner on second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, and now on your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a team pass for $125, or enjoy the entire 2018 season with a league pass for $149. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2018 season marks the 25th season of the New England League. Founded a quarter of a century ago, the New England League has distinguished itself by offering a summer collegiate baseball experience unlike any other. The New England League has long prided itself on its ability to transcend communities with the region's love of baseball, a common denominator in all walks of life, combined with some of the nation's elite up-and-coming prospects who share one common goal. Together, we all make baseball and our communities better thanks to a passionate fan base and the dedication of each of our member franchises, from host families to volunteers to front offices and everyone in between. Thank you, fans, for 25 amazing years of the New England League, and here's to many, many more.
As we welcome you back to the ballpark here at Cardines Field, bottom of the second, 7-0 Newport. Dave Peck in the broadcast booth, joined by the Newport Gulls scorekeeper Andre Olivier, the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski, and Newport Gulls field reporter Aram Layton. And it is a pitching change here for the Schooners. Number 10, Grant Burleson, the righty, 5'10", 190 from the University of Maryland. He is a rising senior, and this past spring, he had an 0-1 record, 21 appearances, 0 starts, 6.65 earned run average in 21.2 innings pitched, gave up 16 earned runs, 20 hits, and struck out 16 batters. So here is Cody Hosey, one of 2 Newport Gulls, the only 2 to not get a hit. He flew out to center field in the first inning. Logan Harvey is the other who has not had a hit. He did walk and end up scoring earlier this inning. Burleson, the lefty, comes to the set. Here's the first pitch, and it's taken low for ball 1.
Well, we all know by now that Cody Hosey has the power to take one over the fence, and I'm sure he does not want to be responsible for the first out, so he'll be trying as hard as possible to bring around Cornelius, or possibly bring himself around as well.
He is the 9th Newport Gull to bat in this inning. 1-0 from Burleson, misses high, 2 balls and no strikes.
Man, if you're Burleson coming out of the bullpen, you just want to get in there and throw strikes. You can't be walking guys at this point.
And Josh Bates has had quite the break here in the bottom of the second inning.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be feeling great in the dugout right now.
Here's the 2-0 chopper left side. Shortstop Rodriguez moves to his right, scoops it up, makes the throw. It's low, but a nice pick over there by Santos to get Hosey for out number 1.
Nice play by Brett Rodriguez, who, as I mentioned, was playing center field last night, moved to shortstop, so a versatile player in his own right. And finally, the Schooners have the first out of the inning, much needed, and hopefully as the guy, Reed, who led off the inning, comes up to the plate, the Schooners can settle into things and get a couple more outs.
Reed, the first time up in the game and the inning, he had that single. Again, it got by Wilson, so he reached second base to lead things off. Here's the first pitch from Burleson, and it misses high, 1-0. Reed from Seminole State, committed to play at the University of Kentucky next season. Here's the 1-0 offering. Fastball right on the inside black. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Nice curveball front door, and he gets Reed looking. 1-2. Lefty-lefty matchup here for Burleson and Reed.
Really good to see Burleson get out in front in the count. That's exactly what you want to see.
Gets the sign from O'Neill, now comes to the set. Leg kick and the delivery. That one lined into left field, gets down for a hit. Sabito fields it, and Cornelius will stop at third, but it is another hit for Newport, so they have runners on the corners here with 1 down, still leading at 7-0.
And Clunan coming up to the plate, got an RBI double his last time up, so you know that he just wants to keep that going.
That is Reed's second single of the night. As the catcher O'Neill steps in front of home plate to go over some first and third situations. We saw New Bedford in yesterday's game take advantage of that. A throw from Harvey that got under the glove of Cornelius. It was a little bit off to the left. That scored a run for New Bedford. So here is Clunan, who takes ball 1 inside. Clunan, his first time up in this inning, RBI double. That plated Reed. 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken for strike 1. Nice spot on the inside corner. Burleson comes to the set. Here's the 1-1 offering, and it's a curveball, skips in the dirt. Taking advantage of that is Reed, who advances from first to second. He got a nice jump on it. The ball kind of skipped up the third baseline. Really an easy advance there for Reed. So now Newport has runners in scoring position. Dalton Reed on second and Chris Cornelius on third. Still 1 out in the inning. Shadows creeping from left to right now, just about halfway to the mound, as the lights are turned on here at Cardines Field. Burleson comes to the set. Here's the delivery. Curveball runs inside, gets all the way to the backstop. Coming from third is Plew. It's a close play, or Cornelius rather, and he will score. So Cornelius takes advantage of the wild pitch and scores from third base to make it an 8-0 game here in the bottom of the second inning.
Tough break once again. I thought for a second that Matt O'Neill could have made the throw to Burleson to get Cornelius out, who came around and scored, but the throw got underneath the glove of Burleson and backtracked, and lucky for the Schooners, Burleson stayed put on home plate instead of chasing after the ball, because then the runner Reed could have easily scored as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Reed held up at third as the 3-1 pitch is fouled off the catcher's mask, and that'll be a full count here to Clunan. Clunan 6'2", 195 from the University of Miami. They did not make the NCAA tournament this year. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Chopper down the third base line into the netting. We'll reset and do it again.
Used to be a lot of Miami guys on the Plymouth Pilgrims in past years. One guy that comes to mind is Mandy Alvarez. And when the Pilgrims were eliminated from the playoffs, he actually jumped up and played the end of the season in the Cape Cod League.
Here's the 3-2. That one is swung on and missed for strike 3. A big strikeout there for Burleson, as there are now 2 away here in the inning.
Big second out right there for Burleson and the Schooners defense. Just one more to go to end this inning.
Number 9, Cole Austin.
Dalton Reed still on third, now 2 down. 8-0 Newport. They've scored all 8 of those runs here in this inning. First pitch to Austin. That one cranked into center field. Going back is Wilson at the track. He looks up and it is gone. A 2-run shot for Cole Austin, and it's 10-0 Newport here in the bottom of the second inning. And the hits just keep on coming That is the second hit of the inning for Austin. And he has his first home run of the year.
Not a bad day so far for Cole Austin. 2 for 2, a single, and that 2-run home run. Knew it immediately off the bat. It hit off of the roof in the house out in dead center field. And just like that, as you said, 10-0 Newport Gulls.
And that is not a shallow center field. 395 is a little bit to the right there. As you see, it hit up there into the trees off the house. 28-foot fence. He really had to get all of it, but like you said, really a no-doubter. So it's 10-0 Newport here, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Zach Hogeson. He had an RBI single into right field earlier this inning. First pitch from Burleson is in there for strike 1.
You see one of the guys that lives out in one of those houses beyond the center field fence is holding onto the baseball, looking to get it back in play, or maybe he'll just go away and take it. Looks like that's what he's going to do.
As the curveball is swung on and missed for strike 2. And yeah, there's now netting out there in right field to kind of protect some of those houses out there behind the fence. A couple of past Gulls. Gabe Snyder, who was actually recently drafted today, he used to crank those over the fence as the 0-2 curveball runs inside, 1-2.
I remember Gabe Snyder, big guy, but recently some renovations done at Cardines Field. The net used to be there, but there used to be like 4 or 5 wooden poles that would go up in play, and that's dangerous, so good thing they got rid of those.
1-2 curveball bounces 58 feet to even things up at 2 apiece, and you bring up renovations, and this is a new infield that was renovated this past offseason by Sports Turf Specialties, Inc. of Rentham, Massachusetts. And Sports Turf Specialties, they worked on Citi Field, FedEx Field in Washington, and even Fenway Park. As the 2-2 runs inside, and that gets Hogeson. So a hit by pitch for Zach Hogeson as he trots down the first base line. 10-0 Newport, bottom of the second inning. And there are still 2 outs in the inning, but Hogeson is on first, and that will bring up Logan Harvey. Harvey walked his first time up.
The catcher, number 4, Logan Harvey of Wake Forest University.
Harvey with the orange and blue batting glove, swings what looks to be an ash bat. First pitch misses low from Burleson, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 offering. That one line drive into right field should find a gap. It does, all the way to the fence out there in right center. Coming around third is Reed. He will score. It is an RBI double there for Logan Harvey, and it's 11-0 Newport.
Well, good speed by Hogeson, able to score all the way from first, but that one in that same right center field corner. And just a tough break for the Schooners. As soon as you think, all right, they got their first out, then another run scores. They got their second out, then a 2-run home run. All of a sudden a hit by pitch and now an RBI double, and it just keeps coming.
And you're right, it was Hogeson who came all the way around from first. But it is 11-0 Newport. Here comes Jack Gethings, who looks at strike 1. A lot of energy here at Cardines. They are happy about this one. A long bottom of the second, 11 runs in the frame. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Thought about swinging, held up, and the curveball misses low, 1-1.
Yeah, I'm probably one of the only people in this ballpark that's not too thrilled about the outcome right now.
That's the thing, you know, the visiting broadcaster always has to go into enemy territory as that one misses inside to Gethings, 2 balls and 1 strike. And we'll all be in the same boat at some point.
Yeah, it's different at Cardines, though, because we're literally sitting in the seats with the crowd.
The 2-1 fouled into the netting down the third base line, 2-2. Yeah, you're right, there is no press box up here. It is just a nice table, really old school. And we have the thick of the action right here with us, fans sitting in front to our right and to our left. So really can't miss anything as the 2-2 curveball misses high, 3-2. Again, Dave Peck joined by the Newport Gulls scorekeeper Andre Olivier, the voice of the Mystic Schooners Mike Majeski, and the Newport Gulls field reporter Aram Layton. 11-0 Newport here, bottom of the second. As the 3-2 pitch, check swing, he went around, said home plate umpire Anthony Letizio, and that will do it for Newport. But they get 11 runs on hit after hit after hit. They leave one runner on. We'll head to the top of the third. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, and now on your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a team pass for $125, or enjoy the entire 2018 season with a league pass for $149. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Hey Gulls fans, DVDs of all home games are available. To order copies, email broadcast@newportgulls.com. All DVDs include a full pregame show, postgame show, 5 high-quality cameras, and exclusive player interviews. Everything you know and love about Newport Gulls baseball. For more information, email broadcast@newportgulls.com. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of the 2018 Newport Gulls season.
$11 to nothing Newport here as we head to the top of the third inning. An 11-run bottom of the second for the Gulls, and Josh Bates is back out on the hill after a long break in there in the dugout. We'll see how it affects him.
Well, I think he would be feeling good because, he's basically a shoo-in for the win at this point if he's able to go, 5 innings. But, it could mess with you a little bit sitting for that long, but you look at the scoreboard and you think, okay, I got some room to work here, and I think he's feeling good about himself.
Well, he will face Alex Santos, Tommy Gardner, and Brett Rodriguez, the 8, 9, and 1 part of this Schooners lineup.
Santos still looking for his first hit of this 2018 season. Went 0 for 3 yesterday against the Valley Blue Sox. Did walk 1 time, though.
First pitch from Bates is a hard fastball in there for strike 1.
Santos is out of the University of Rhode Island, 6'2", 185 from Woodland Park, New Jersey.
0-1 fastball misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Pretty good URI connection really around the entire NECBL.
Absolutely, a lot of New England schools, especially URI, as that fastball just catches the outside black. And it's called a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Santos. Santos playing first base today, bats from the right side. Here's the 1-2 offering, and it's lined up and out of play over the dugouts down there on the first baseline.
So Bates has done a good job, already picked up 3 strikeouts, only allowed 1 hit.
Here's the 1-2. Nice breaking ball in there for strike 3. He caught Santos looking. The 3rd strikeout of the night for Bates, and the first out here in the top of the 3rd.
And clearly a strike. Santos knew it all the way. Did not even look back at the umpire. Just started his walk toward the dugout.
It just had a lot of movement. It was about a 10-4-ish movement on that curveball, and it just started middle in and just ended on the outside corner. Clearly a strike as Tommy Gardner takes ball 1, fastball missing high.
Tommy Gardner started at shortstop yesterday, has since moved to second base tonight, and he is also looking for his first hit of the season.
1-0 fastball high again.
Gardner walked a couple times last night and did score a run against the Blue Sox.
Bates has thrown 19 strikes, 12 balls. As the 2-0 fastball runs inside, so 3 straight balls here to Gardner.
Gardner out of Maryland, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, 5'7", 160, rising sophomore.
11-0 Newport here, 1 out, nobody on, top of the third. The 3-0, easy fastball taken for strike 1. Working quickly now, here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's a check swing, but he holds up as the fastball misses high. So the Schooners have a base runner here, and Gardner as he trots down the first baseline, and that'll flip the lineup as in steps Brett Rodriguez for the second time.
First walk issued by Josh Bates, just the second base runner of the game for the Mystic Schooners. And you know this top half of the Schooners lineup really wants to get something started now. They have a long ways to go down 11-0, obviously, but just you know, baby steps at this point to try to chip into that lead.
Chip away, try and maybe get into the bullpen as the first pitch curveball just catches the outside corner. That is a nice spot that he's really started to groove in now.
It definitely has, and you know, the lone outside corner is the hardest pitch to hit, and if he can find that spot and hit it consistently, it's going to be a long night for the Schooners batters.
Working from the stretch now is Bates, leg kick, and the pitch. Fastball misses low, 1-1.
Tried to hit that same spot once again, just a little bit too low that time. Nice take by Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's really trying to force the Schooner hitters to hit it into right field and go the opposite way with it. So far he's been able to spot up a lot of those pitches. Missed that one there. Here's the 1-1, and he goes outside again. This one is swung through and missed for strike 2. But again, starting to see some tendencies here from the Tulane product.
Rodriguez came into this game batting .500, went 1 for 2 at the plate, walked 3 times as well, got a 3-run home run last night.
11-0 Newport, 1 down, 1 runner on. Here's the 1-2 pitch, curveball misses low and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a nice crowd here on Newport Hospital opening night at Cardines Field. First time in about 9 months the Gulls have taken the field here on America's Cup Ave. Break-even offering, this one flied into right field. Backpedaling is Austin, reaches up and makes the catch, 2 gone.
Now we talked about it. Bates is trying to get those guys to go toward the right side, and that's exactly where Rodriguez hit it. Hit it hard, just not hard enough.
So here comes Sebastiano Santarelli. He struck out swinging his first time up. That came back in the top of the first inning. Seems like a long time ago after that 11-run second for Newport. First pitch from Bates misses inside.
Sure does. Santarelli last night got an RBI double and a base hit with a stolen base. Also drew a walk.
Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses high again. And I say again because that's where he missed a lot with Tommy Gardner, the guy who's on first base right now. But he's been able to mix them very well, and that's, you know, part of the reason he's been so successful. Here's the 2-0. Fastball runs inside, 3-0. Just finished his freshman year at Tulane, but he has really nice stuff. He's the Sunday starter for the majority of the season for the Green Wave. 3-0 fastball, red light all the way from Santarelli, and it's in there for strike 1.
At Tulane, not a bad place to be. Definitely some good competition around there. The American Conference.
3-1 deliveries in there for strike 2. Tulane on the year was 25-33 overall, 9-14 in the American Conference. That was 8th. So they didn't have a great season as a team. But Bates did have 10 starts, which was the 3rd most, as that one is launched into right center field. Going back is the center fielder Hogeson. He looks up, it's out of here. A 2-run shot there for Sebastiano Santarelli. And it is now 11-2. Little by little here, Schooners chipping into this 11-run lead.
That's what Mystic needed right there, a nice 2-run shot, and especially coming with the runner on base to make it a 9-run ball game, 11-2. And there are 2 outs, but we'll see if the Schooners can ride that momentum now that they have the 3, 4, 5 batters due up.
That's exactly what they needed from Santarelli. That'll bring up Shane Kelly, so the heart of the lineup Kelly struck out looking his first time up.
First home run of the season for Santarelli, second Schooner home run this year.
First pitch from Bates is taken for strike one on the outside corner.
Shane Kelly also still looking for his first hit of the year.
0-1, similar spot, tried to hold up his swing. I don't think it mattered as it was called a strike regardless. So Bates jumping out in front here on Kelly, 0-2. Trying to end this inning. Have a 9-run lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high.
Kelly out of Bryant University right here in Rhode Island from Sewell, New Jersey, 5'10", 190, rising sophomore.
Shakes his head, gets the sign from Harvey as the 1-2 curveball misses low. So that's what you need if you're the Schooners. You know, you at least get a couple, and that's huge for momentum purposes. It's a long game, as we know. As the 2-2 curveball is in there for strike three, and Shane Kelly knew it. The fourth strikeout of the night for Josh Bates to retire the side, but it was Sebastiano Santarelli with the 2-run shot to cut the lead to 9. It's 11-2 Newport as we head to the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to NECBL Baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Listen up, fans. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 23rd, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team. This year's All-Star Game is being played at the home of the Valley Blue Sox on Sunday, July 29th. Fan voting will take place online at vote18.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 23rd.
Newport Hospital for almost 40 years and has been a member of the Burning Center for years, since its doors opened in 1995. Chief CPR instructor.
As we welcome you back here to Cardines Field, 11-2 your score as we're midway point of the third, and I will welcome in the Newport Gulls field reporter, Aram Layton. Aram, what's going on around the NECBL?
So Danbury leads Ocean State by a score of 3-2 in the fourth inning. Vermont trails Sanford 2-0 in the bottom of the fifth. The Valley Blue Sox lead 2-0 over Keene, and Winnipesaukee and Plymouth has yet to start. Definitely the most offense we've seen so far in tonight's game here in Newport.
Yeah, Newport scoring all 11 of their runs in the second inning. They batted well through the lineup, heading all the way to Gethings for a second time. As leading things off here in the third inning will be number 14, Dylan Plew.
Number 14, Dylan Plew.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Newport Gulls, and this lineup is scary. I mean, you take a look at all of these guys. So we talked about 8 straight hits back in the just last inning. Everybody was hitting the ball hard. It's a scary lineup top to bottom.
Yeah, they were hitting line drive after line drive as Plew takes strike one on a curveball catching the outside corner. But we'll see what they can do here. You know, with a 9-run lead, there can be a tendency to maybe get a little complacent just based on how baseball goes. We'll see what they do if they can keep the pedal down as back-to-back curveballs catch the outside corner to make it 0-2 on Plew. Certainly everybody in this lineup wants to give it their all every time they step up to the plate. Plew struck out his first time up and doubled, 2 RBI double in the second. The 0-2, another curveball, that one missing low. Wilson back out on the hill. Working from the stretch, takes a long look in. Now gets the sign, sets the glove at the belt. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's popped into center field. Wilson goes back a few steps, but now puts on the brakes, reaches up, and makes the grab for out number 1.
Well, the thing about playing here and having this broadcast setup, I knew you guys have the microphone down there, so every single time the ball is hit, sounds like it's hit hard because you can hear the crack of the bat so well right through our headsets.
Yeah, you never know. You always just got to be ready because especially with all the trees overhanging the outfield fence, it's really kind of difficult to see, you know, where the ball is going to end up. As you see right there on your screen, Wilson able to make the grab.
It's awesome. It makes the fan experience that much better because it feels like you're right on top of things.
Cornelius takes strike one, fastball on the outside corner. Yeah, you know, it's nice to be broadcasting with the fans to a certain point, and you know, even fans who are at the stadium can also listen in just by proximity. 0-1 fastball misses outside to Cornelius to even things up at 1-1.
So Schooners pitching really looking to settle down here. They got the first batter out. Just looking to keep that going, make it a quick inning.
1-1 pitch. That hit off the end of the bat down the first base line. It'll roll foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 11-2, Newport on top. 1 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 7:48 Eastern time here in Newport, Rhode Island. 1-2 pitch. Fastball in and out of the glove of O'Neill. Bounces to the backstop. That may have been close to being a strike. It was called a ball. And the count will move to 2-2.
You know, O'Neill and Burleson just got crossed up a little bit there. The count's even. Strike away for Burleson.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one misses outside. So we got a full count here to Cornelius, who struck out looking in his first time up and had the 2 RBI double in the second. One of many hits for Newport. The payoff pitch, that one is swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice job there by Burleson. He gets Cornelius swinging for out number 2.
And Burleson came into this game in a really tough situation with nobody out back in the second. I believe the bases were loaded at the time, so really coming in, no-win situation. And since then, I mean, he's done his part in this inning. Getting the first 2 guys to go down is a good sign.
That was his 3rd strikeout of the night. He faces Cody Hosey. Hosey is 0 for 2 as he takes ball 1 off the plate. And Hosey is the only Gull in this game not to have a hit. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to Wilson in center and grounded out to Rodriguez at short. Trying to change that here. 1-0 pitch from Burleson drops in for strike 1, just on the outside black. Burleson comes to the set. Here's the 1-1. That one fouled off the netting over the Newport dugout. And I'll move the count to 1-2. Two down, nobody on, 11-2 Newport. 1-2 curveball, that one just missing.
It was a close pitch, low and inside. Hosey had to take a quick step back, just getting out of the way.
You know, Burleson, he has done a good job, like you mentioned. 3 strikeouts already, and, you know, just put in a tough situation. I mean, to come in there all out of sorts and be able to try and at least limit the mess, as that one is chopped foul off the bunting down the 3rd base line, keep things at 2-2. But part of the reason and part of the great thing about the NECBL and summer baseball in general is you get the chance to be in those situations where, you know, if you're playing for a conference championship or even an NCAA championship later on in the spring, you have a little bit of background to go off of. 2-2 curveball misses low, and we got a full count here to Hosey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, playing for, you know, your conference tournament, it's high stakes all the time, and I feel like that's kind of the same thing in the NECBL because at the end of the day, these guys are here to play in front of scouts, and they want to do the best that they can to try to play at the next level.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one missing low, so Hosey trots down the first base line with a 2-out walk. First time he's been on base today. Still 2 down in the inning. Dalton Reed digging in.
The designated hitter.
But yeah, I mean, we talk about the scouts watching these players. That's why every at-bat matters. It doesn't really matter what the score is necessarily. You got to give it your all every single time because you don't know who's watching at this level. And we talked about how many players are getting drafted from these teams as the first pitch to Dalton Reed is in there for strike 1.
And as the season goes on, I think the Cape Cod season ends. Or actually, no, they go to the Cape Cod early, and then they come here toward middle, late of the season. Then you see a lot of scouts showing up at these games.
0-1 curveball bounces in front of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. And since you bring up the Cape Cod League, Newport will actually travel to Wareham tomorrow in an exhibition game against the Wareham Gatemen. That series 3-1-1 record favoring Newport. 1-1 fastball is taken for strike 2. So we will head up there and do that game. That should be a lot of fun. Haven't played the Gatemen since 2015 when it was a 5-5 tie, so I guess they call it. Not trying to mess around too much. 1-2 pitch misses low, 2-2.
Yeah, that's an awesome experience for these Gulls players. I mean, going up against their peers, but at what some people consider to be just a level right above, to try to say, hey, you know, we can play with you guys, and you know, we can be better than you.
Wilson from the set, the 2-2. Curveball lifted into shallow left field. Rodriguez going back, calls off Sabito, reaches up and makes the grab to retire the side. So Newport leaves one runner on off no hits, no Schooner errors. They still lead it 11-2 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The 2018 season marks the 25th season of the New England League. Founded a quarter of a century ago, the New England League has distinguished itself by offering a summer collegiate baseball experience unlike any other. The New England League has long prided itself on its ability to transcend communities with the region's love of baseball, a common denominator in all walks of life, combined with some of the nation's elite up-and-coming prospects who share one common goal. Together, we all make baseball and our communities better thanks to a passionate fan base and the dedication of each of our member franchises, from host families to volunteers to front offices and everyone in between. Thank you, fans, for 25 amazing years of the New England League, and here's to many, many more. This is Newport Gulls baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network. This is Newport Gulls baseball on your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network.
11-2 your score here in the top of the 4th inning. Newport and Mystic both trying to find their first win of the 2018 NECBL season. And I will toss over the play-by-play duties to my partner, Mike Majeski. Mike?
Thank you very much, Dave and Aram. So we head into the top of the 4th inning. It's 11-2. Newport Gulls on top of the Mystic Schooners. Due up for the Schooners, Mike Wilson, Freddie Sabito, and Matt O'Neill. That's 4, 5, 6 in the order, so the middle coming up. The Schooners finally broke into this lead with a 2-run home run by Sebastiano Santarelli back in the 3rd, as the first pitch to Mike Wilson is fouled straight back, and the count is 0-1.
Yeah, I think at this point it's nice to stay aggressive. You know, you see Wilson swinging early, and he ripped that one. It was just foul, but you heard it hit off the wood there here at Cardines.
Yeah, at this point, really nothing to lose. I mean, down by 9 runs. We're getting into the middle stages of the game. Got to be aggressive and chip into this lead. This one swung on and fouled off of Wilson's leg, and the count goes to 0-2 as Bates is back out there on the mound for his 4th inning of work. He's been very solid, only given up 2 hits and 2 runs, and he has walked 1 batter, struck out 5. So he's been solid.
Yeah, he's done a good job here in his Newport debut.
The 0-2 on the way. This one just going to miss outside, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mike Wilson, who singled his last time up back in the 2nd and was stranded on second base. He is one of 3 base runners so far for the Mystic Schooners. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball called strike 3. Wilson goes down, and 1 up, 1 down. That is the 6th strikeout for Bates tonight.
Yeah, nice breaking ball. That one started inside and ended right. Caught a lot of the plate, and I think Mike Wilson knew it when he looked at that one, walked back to the first base dugout. But a nice pitch there for the 6th K of the night for Bates.
It's kind of been like that. I mean, Santos went down looking. Shane Kelly's gone down looking twice, and now Wilson. So 4 strikeouts looking, and that just shows that that breaking ball has been on point, and he's been hitting his spots as the first pitch to Freddie Sabito goes for ball 1.
And honestly, it seems like a lot of on those called strike 3s, they've known it.
Yeah.
They haven't really been that close. They've started walking to the dugout pretty quickly.
Yeah, there hasn't been any arguments from the Schooners hitters, and that just shows even more that Bates is really hitting his spots. The count now 2 balls and no strikes to Sabito, who flew out to right field in his last at-bat in the 2nd inning. Bates is ready. The righty kicks and delivers. A swing and a miss. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. So as we mentioned at the beginning of the game, the Schooners coming in, new logo, new uniforms,
Definitely a different feel to this Schooners team. New coaches, 5 of them on the staff. This pitch just below the knees of the tall 6'7" Freddie Sabito, and the count goes to 3-1. So nice job being patient by Sabito. Now he has a good hitter's count. We'll see if he can put a ball in play.
Yeah, definitely don't want to help him out anything.
3-1 on the way, outside, and he walked him. So that is just the second walk drawn by Schooners hitting, and Sabito becomes the 4th base runner of the game for Mystic.
Yeah, second walk. Nice patience there from Sabito. Not trying to do too much, not giving Bates any help. But you mentioned the jerseys of the Schooners. We'll get to it later on, I'm sure, but very interesting, almost like an alternate look.
Definitely different. As a called strike to Matt O'Neill. I mean, it's summer ball. Why not have fun with the uniforms? Mix it up, the colors, the logos, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and they got the new logo. They have the captain holding the wheel.
Yep.
Instead of the schooner, the ship.
This one high, counts even 1-1. I like the alternate hats. I'm not sure if they're going to wear them in games, but they sell them to the fans. They're blue, white brim, and then it's just the wheel of the ship as the logo on the hat.
That is sharp. That's sharp.
I like those. This one low and outside. I think he might have swung at it. Counts 1-2. But Matt O'Neill, a second-year Mystic Schooner. Grounded out to third base his last time up back in the second inning. Runner on first with 1 out. That's Sabito. He takes his lead off of first. Bates is ready, delivers the 1-2. This one low and outside, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I thought about it for a little bit, but it started out so pretty easy to hold up.
So as we mentioned, Mystic just trying to chip away at this lead. They got 2 runs last inning. 1 out, runner on, trying to do the same this inning or maybe more. This one, just missing low and outside, and Bates trying to hit that spot was just inches off of that low and outside corner.
Yeah, he's been going there all night. Trying to maybe extend Anthony Letizio's strike zone.
So a good take by O'Neill with 2 strikes on him. The count is full, 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, and O'Neill goes down swinging. Strikeout number 7 through just 3 2/3 for Bates. That's impressive.
Yeah, you know, he powered it up a little bit, kind of challenged O'Neill, and he was able to blow the inside fastball by him. It looked like O'Neill maybe have been caught off guard a little bit, but regardless, it is the 7th strikeout, like you said, for Bates.
So now Steve Barmakian, he struck out swinging his last time up. Takes a check swing at that one. They see if he goes around, and yes, he did, as that one was in the dirt, and the count is quickly 0-1.
That one just had so much sharp movement. It was almost like a cut fastball. Very tough to lay off, even if it's low in the zone like that.
And Bates is definitely locked in and in the zone right now. The 0-1, this one skied to shallow left field. Coming in is Dylan Clunan. Easy play for him, and he makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So 2 strikeouts for Bates, and then a fly out to left field. Schooners go down, only 4 batters faced for Bates. Still 11-2 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning at Cardines Field, and we'll be right back on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Listen up, fans. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 23rd, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team. This year's All-Star Game is being played at the home of the Valley Blue Sox on Sunday, July 29th. Fan voting will take place online at vote18.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 23rd. Hey, Gulls fans! DVDs of all home games are available. To order copies, email broadcast@newportgulls.com. All DVDs include a full pregame show, postgame show, 5 high-quality cameras, and exclusive player interviews. Everything you know and love about Newport Gulls baseball. For more information, email broadcast@newportgulls.com. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of the 2018 Newport Gulls season.
Welcome back to Cardines Field, everybody. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Grant Burleson back out there for another inning of work. 11-2. Newport Gulls lead over the Mystic Schooners. For the Gulls, it's going to be the 5, 6, 7 batters in the lineup. That's Dylan Clunan, Cole Austin, and Zach Hogeson. And this part of the lineup, just like every other part of the lineup, basically has had success so far against Mystic Schooners pitching, but this is going to be Burleson's first time around against this part of the order for the Newport Gulls.
Yeah, you know, it was an 11-run second inning for Newport. Really quick innings in the first and the third. So there is a way.
Actually, it'll be the second time against Burleson for this part of the order. First pitch is high for ball 1. Clunan got a RBI double back in the second, scored a run, and then struck out also in the second inning. The 1-0 on the way. This one just low and inside. Good spot by Burleson, but misses for ball 2.
And we mentioned some of the players drafted. The Gulls so far in the MLB draft this year, 10 already taken.
2-0, grounded softly, first base side and foul. Yeah, that's impressive. Just showing how good of a league the NECBL is. Tons and tons of guys getting drafted every single year, and it seems like that number has gone up as the years go on.
Yeah, I think the more that get drafted, the more high profile this league becomes, and more, good players want to come here.
Absolutely. This one just misses outside. Counts 3-1, so a good count right now for Dylan Clunan to start off the bottom of the 4th inning.
And also sometimes you'll see NECBL players go up and play at the Cape in their playoffs because that season extends a little bit longer.
This one grounded over to first base. Making the play is Santos. An easy play for him. Steps on the bag for the first out of the inning. Yeah, I've been around long enough in this league to see that a few times, guys jumping up, and especially what also happens is guys will play in the NECBL, like you see a lot of rising sophomores or juniors. By the time that they're rising seniors, they'll have moved from the NECBL to the Cape Cod League. One guy that comes to mind is Brent Rooker from Mississippi State, who won the collegiate Triple Crown a couple of years ago. He was with the Plymouth Pilgrims, then played for the Brewster Whitecaps a couple of years later. This one grounded sharply, just foul down the third base line off the bat of Cole Austin. That one would have been extra bases had it stayed fair.
Yeah, probably about 2 feet to the left of third. And had it been fair, it may have rolled down into the bullpen area. Part of the tricky ground rules here at Cardines.
Yeah, they got the foul line and then the line separating the bullpen from the field, so I think that would have been a ground rule double if it went in there. This pitch is low and outside, so the count's even, a ball and a strike.
And it used to be that if the ball landed in fair territory, rolled into the bullpen, it used to be they could get it, but they had to run back in so they weren't throwing it over the guys in the bullpen.
This one grounded again, sharply through into left field, just past Sebastiano Santarelli, and that's going to be a base hit for Cole Austin. Austin is now 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a 2-run home run, so a nice day at the plate for Austin.
Yeah, he has been hot so far, and the Arizona State product just not showing any signs of slowing down. And, it was Hosey who was the guy in yesterday's game. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, but, you just see, the depth of this Newport team early on. They're showing what they have in store.
So here is Zach Hogeson. He singled, got an RBI single in the second, scored a run, and was hit by a pitch also in the second, and scored a run again. The count is quickly 1-0 to Hogeson.
Of course, Austin and Hogeson, both Arizona State Sun Devils. Teammates batting 6-7 here in the Newport lineup for Mike Coombs.
Burleson, the lefty, delivers. This one misses high and outside to the lefty at the plate, Hogeson.
And coaching third is not Mike Coombs, it's Greg Grawl in his second season. This is his first season since 2006. But he has some extensive experience at the professional level.
This one hit hard to left field, going back and making a running, leaping catch is Freddie Sabito, using all of that 6'7" frame to rob the, I think, 6'4" Hogeson of extra bases.
Yeah, what a catch there. I mean, the ball was slicing away from his glove, and he's able to go back into his right, make the catch. And like you said, he needed all of that length. But splendid there as he's able to get out number 2 here for the Schooners.
Yeah, if that's anybody else, and they read the ball the same way, took a couple steps in, then went back, that's over his head and all the way to the fence. 2 gone now. Logan Harvey to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI double, and also walked and scored a run.
And he got a good read on it, too. That was one of the biggest things that helped him make that play.
Definitely did. Hard hit right at you. That's the toughest play to make as an outfielder. The 1-0 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Burleson really since coming into the game, as we mentioned, had a tough situation coming into the second, but then got a nice clean third inning where he faced 4 batters. In the fourth, he gave up the single to Austin, but got the ground out, got Clunin to ground out, and Hogeson to line out, as this one is fouled off right field side and out of play out of the entire stadium. Counts 1 and 2. So Burleson has been doing a nice job since he's been in the game.
Yeah, he's done a good job. It's really just going to come down, obviously, to the way Mystic offense is able to perform. They just had 4 hits in yesterday's game, so a tall order coming back down 11-2, but you never know what can happen, especially in the NECBL.
That's what it's all about right now, is chipping away. 1-2. Foul tipped, and it gets away from O'Neill, the catcher, so we'll do it again at 1 and 2. And we'll see if maybe head coach Rob Bono wants to, change the lineup up a little bit, get guys to pinch hit, see if anybody will spark something to get something going.
Yeah, I think in this situation, especially maybe after the 6th inning or so, if the score remains similar to this, you may see a lot of subs come in for maybe both teams.
1-2 just misses outside. O'Neill tried to frame it, but it misses. Counts even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 11-2. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. The time is 8:09 here in Newport, Rhode Island. Taking his lead off first is Austin. The 2-2 on the way. Cut on and missed. Chasing it in the dirt was Harvey, and Burleson picks up his 4th strikeout since coming into this ball game. And that'll do it for the 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th, still 11-2. Newport Gulls over the Mystic Schooners. We'll take a break. You're listening to this game on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
We would like to thank Dream Bat Company, an official partner of the New England League, for their support and sponsorship of our postseason awards. Dream Bat Company has been a proud partner and supporter of the New England League since 2010. Visit dreambats.com and enter coupon code NECBL20 for 20% off your entire online purchase. The 2018 season marks the 25th season of the New England League. Founded a quarter of a century ago, the New England League has distinguished itself by offering a summer collegiate baseball experience unlike any other. The New England League has long prided itself on its ability to transcend communities with the region's love of baseball, a common denominator in all walks of life, combined with some of the nation's elite up-and-coming prospects who share one common goal. Together, we all make baseball and our communities better thanks to a passionate fan base and the dedication of each of our member franchises, from host families to volunteers to front offices and everyone in between. Thank you, fans, for 25 amazing years of the New England League, and here's to many, many more.
We go into the top of the 5th inning, 11-2 Newport Gulls over the Mystic Schooners. It's going to be the 8-9 and then top of the order due up for the Schooners, Santos, Gardner, and Rodriguez. So Bates back out there for his 5th inning of work. He's been nothing short of spectacular so far, racking up 7 strikeouts over 4 innings. And Alex Santos will lead things off. He struck out looking his last time up.
Yeah, I think Bates has just got to stay aggressive here, keep attacking the Schooners until they show they can do something.
First pitch swinging is Santos, and he takes a hack right through that pitch. The count is quickly 0-1.
Maybe be a little careful with Santarelli, though.
Oh, definitely. He hit that one hard his last time up over that right center field fence. This one low, and the count's even a ball and a strike to Santos. And Santos, one of those guys we talked about, Bates, really getting a lot of guys looking. Santos went down looking. He knew it all the way on a nice breaking ball. This one hit hard out to shallow right center field coming in. Could drop, and it does for a base hit. That is just the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Mystic Schooners, and Alex Santos reaches as the leadoff man to start off the 5th for Mystic.
Yeah, kind of jammed him a little bit. Righty with the little 2-seam action there came in on Santos, and he caught it kind of around the handle of the bat, but it could have been better placement, dropping between Hogeson, Austin, and Gethings out there in shallow right center field.
Yeah, I don't think any of them really had a play on it. Just dropped right into no man's land, and that's a good sign for Alex Santos right there. I believe that is his first hit of the 2018 season. So that gets his confidence up, and now Tommy Garner, who walked and came around to score last time, will come to the plate as he takes ball 1.
One thing that's interesting here at Cardines is the center fielder, Hogeson. He's got to shade a little bit more towards left field because of the way the fence juts in there out in right center. You kind of got to pick your poison.
Yeah, it's tough, and that kind of puts more work on the right fielder as well. He's got to cover more ground going toward right center.
And he has that triangle out there.
Yep.
In right center as well, and we've seen a couple of goal line drives travel all the way into that corner.
Counts 2-0. Bates is ready. Kicks and delivers. And this one low and outside, so the count 3-0 to Garner, who walked his last time up in the 9-hole. That's what you want from your 9-man, just someone who can get on base, much like a leadoff hitter. So if he can get on and move Santos into scoring position, that would be a big help, and he does just that. A 4-pitch walk issued by Bates, and now runners on first and second for the Schooners with nobody out in the top of the order coming up.
Yeah, third walk of the day for Bates. And it looks like pitching coach Kevin Winterroad is coming out to talk things over. Dylan Plew joining him, and I guess the rest of the Newport infield will come in for this conference as well. But, you know, even on that 4-pitch walk, the first 3 were just around where he's been all game, the low and outside corner, and it wasn't too far off. As you see the catcher, Logan Harvey, talking things over, and there is action in the Newport pen right now. It is number 18, Augie Milbauer, the lefty from Texas Christian University. So it'll be Bates staying in the game, but Milbauer is getting hot.
TCU, great baseball school.
33-22 they were this past season, 10-13 in the Big 12, and they lost in Game 4 of the Big 12 tournament to Baylor by a score of 6-5. That was a close one. A couple of TCU guys here. Milbauer and the starting pitcher from yesterday's game, Russell Smith, also a Horned Frog.
So top of the order, runners on first and second. Brett Rodriguez to the plate, watches the first pitch inside for ball 1. Rodriguez is 0 for 2 with a pop out to the shortstop and then a fly out to right field. Rodriguez has one of the 2 home runs this season for the Mystic Schooners. He got a 3-run shot yesterday, and that'd be a big help if he can duplicate that right now. The 1-0 on the way from Bates. Called strike on the outside corner. Nice spot by Bates right there.
Yeah, and he also had 3 walks in yesterday's game, so seeing the ball very well and making good decisions there from the right side of the plate.
Smart hitter out of Wofford. Good baseball school as well. The 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball cut on and missed.
That was a tough pitch. It looked like it was a slider almost because it had a little bit more velocity, and Rodriguez is maybe fooled.
Yeah, I think he was looking for something a little bit harder for sure.
Bates coming right back after that 4-pitch walk, though. See if he can put him away.
Yeah, the mound meeting paying dividends. 1-2 to Rodriguez. This one hit hard. Pat. Oh, no, caught. Yes, it was caught by the shortstop, Cornelius. Great diving play going to his right, and then he dropped it on the transfer. But that is a big-time first out of the inning.
Unbelievable play there for Cornelius. It was hit right on the button there, pulled it, and Cornelius was outstretched, as you see there on the replay. He was able to get it just before it hit the ground. He got up because he was trying to double up Santos at second, and then it came out of his glove, but on the transfer, so the play will count, and that was a spectacular one for the Mizzou product.
And that was a hard hit ball off the bat of Rodriguez, and really great heads-up play by Cornelius to dive and lay out full extension after that ball. I thought it was through for sure.
Yeah, no, it looked like it was happening in slow motion.
Yeah.
A little further than we thought.
First pitch to Santarelli, high and outside. Now Santarelli is responsible for the only 2 runs for the Schooners. Got the 2-run shot over the right center field fence back in the third inning.
That was a shot.
Definitely was. That was over toward the triangle up in the trees. Breaking ball upstairs, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes.
Clouds moving away, pretty much blue skies. Sun is setting, but really nice weather. Couldn't have asked for really anything more here. You know, June 6th, about 55 degrees at Cardines, but no precipitation. You love to see that after a lot of games around the league were rained out yesterday.
So we got 1 gone, runners on first and second. This one slowly chopped back to the pitcher Bates. He fields and steps toward first base. Underhand flip in time for the second out. Then Santos moves up to third. Gardner moves over to second base. So now 2 gone, 2 runners in scoring position, and the 3-hitter Shane Kelly will come to the plate.
Yeah, that was a safe play, especially with an 11-2 lead. No need to really go for the force runner and get Santos at third. He took a quick check and, maybe in a closer game would have gone there, but you figure get the outs now. You have a 9-run lead and see what you can do with Shane Kelly.
Shane Kelly with a couple of strikeouts, both of them looking tonight. First pitch bounces, wild pitch. Coming in to score from third base is Santos. Advancing to third is Gardner, and it's 11-3. Schooners back on the board here in the 5th.
So Bates helping him a little bit, just spiked the curveball. Bounced up and hit off the soft netting there. So an easy score from Santos. That will be a wild pitch for Bates.
So now it's an 8-run ball game. Counts 1-0. Kelly with a chance to make it a 7-run game if he can drive in Gardner, who's just 90 feet away, over at third. The 1-0, this one grounded over to third base and just foul. Looked very close from at least the angle that I'm at, but the third base umpire was right on top of it.
Yeah, Brian Oberholter was right there, and it went in and out of Hosey's glove. So fortunate that he called it foul.
Yeah, I thought it was fair from here, and I thought, all right, it popped out of the glove, and Kelly's finally going to be able to get on base for the first time this season.
Instead, new life for Bates.
Counts even, a ball and a strike, 2 gone, runner on third. We're in the top of the 5th, pitch on the way. This one lined hard towards short, and bobbling in, unable to make the play, is Cornelius. Made a throw over to first base, but the run comes in and scores. It's 11-4. Now Schooners with their 2nd run of the inning, and we'll see. I would lean toward a hit on that one. Yeah, they're going to give it a hit. So an RBI single for Shane Kelly.
Yeah, that was a hit. Definitely hit hard enough and forced Cornelius to go to his left. He was pretty much out there on the very shallow center field grass, and really a very tough play. So that's an RBI single for Kelly.
So 11-4, 7-run ball game now. Mike Wilson to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single back in the 2nd inning. Was stranded on second. First pitch to him, swinging, and it's fouled straight back, and the count's 0-1.
But 11-0 lead. Then it's 11-2. Now 11-4.
Chip away.
This is how you do it. This is exactly how you do it. You get 2 here, 2 there, and then maybe you have a 4 or 5 run inning, and just like that, it's a 3-run game, and anything can happen in the late innings.
This one fouled off and out of the ballpark. Counts 0-2 to Mike Wilson. We got Kelly on first, who just picked up his first hit of the season, driving in Gardner from third base. And also Santos scored on the wild pitch. So as you mentioned, there was some action in the Gulls bullpen. This could be the last inning for Bates. Had a really good performance. This one low and outside. The count's 1-2.
Yeah, you get past the 5th inning, put him in a situation to pick up the win, and then see what the TCU Horned Frog can do.
So Kelly takes his lead off of first. The 1-2 outside and pops out of the glove of Logan Harvey, but not far enough. No advancement from Kelly, and the count evens 2-2. Wilson trying to move Kelly into scoring position, set things up for Freddie Sabito, who stands on deck. Schooners trying to get a 2-out rally going. Swing and a miss. Chased it low. Great breaking ball from Bates. Picks up strikeout number 8 on the night. So that'll do it for the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs come across for the Mystic Schooners on an RBI single by Shane Kelly and a wild pitch scoring Santos. It's 11-4. Newport Gulls on top. We'll be right back on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Sunday, July 29th, it's the New England Collegiate Baseball League's All-Star Game at Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Join all 13 NECBL teams, including this year's hosts, the Valley Blue Sox, for a night of baseball action that can't be missed. The always exciting skills competition and home run derby start in the early afternoon with game time set for 5:10. For more information about July 29th's All-Star Game or the New England Collegiate Baseball League, visit www.necbl.com. Listen up, fans. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 23rd, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team. This year's All-Star game is being played at the home of the Valley Blue Sox on Sunday, July 29th. Fan voting will take place online at vote18.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 23rd.
We are back here at Cardines Field for the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 11-4 Newport Gulls on top, and we have a new pitcher into the ball game for the Mystic Schooners. It is Mason Palmieri, a right-handed pitcher, rising junior, 6'5", 245 from Lincoln, Rhode Island, and Bryant University. This past spring at Bryant, he made 4 appearances, all in relief, just pitched 2 2/3. He gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, had a 10.13 ERA, a 3.38 strikeout to innings ratio, struck out 1 batter, walked a couple as well. So not a big sample size from Palmieri this season at Bryant, so we'll see what he can do against this hot Newport Gulls lineup.
Yeah, a lot of Bryant arms and players between these two teams. Of course, you have Shane Kelly, who's from Bryant, and then Palmieri as well, but Nash Eppard, and for Newport, a couple of pitchers, Nathan Ryder and Tyler Madison. So a lot of Bulldogs coming down from Smithfield, playing the NECBL.
So Jack Gethens, Dylan Plew, and Chris Cornelius are due up for the Newport Gulls. That's 9-1-2, and their first pitch runs up and hits Gethens right in the back. Not the best start for Palmieri as Gethens gets on the painful way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a look at the silver lining, and a couple of Newport hitters are a little bit more timid to face Palmieri. That's the only thing that can really come good from that, but things is on for the second time.
You can only get better from there.
Exactly.
So we'll see. Dylan Plew to the plate right now. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI double back in the second inning and a run scored. So we'll see how Palmieri does. The big righty delivers. This one hit hard, but right to the second baseman. That is Gardner. Flips the second for 1, and the throw to first base is in time for a 4-6-3 double play for the first 2 outs of the inning.
Yeah, nice little backhand flip there from Gardner, and a quick release from Rodriguez, able to execute the routine 4-6-3. Quickly 2 down.
So that'll help out Palmieri for sure. Now there's nobody on and 2 outs very quickly, and now Chris Cornelius will come up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI double, run scored, and a couple strikeouts.
He made a few nice plays out there at shortstop. Of course, that diving stop and catch last inning.
First pitch on the way, misses low and outside, gets the backstop, counts 1-0. Palmieri 6'5", 245. The opening day before the game yesterday, I got a chance to, as this one's check swung at, and yes, he did go around, so counts 1-1. I went out shagging fly balls. Nash Eppard, Palmieri were standing with each other, and I knew Nash from high school, so I went up and talked to him, got a chance to talk to Palmieri as well, and nice kids out there at Bryant. Swing and a miss, counts 1-2, I believe.
Nash Eppard from Essex, Connecticut, your hometown. And we were talking a little bit before. We kind of went to the same high school. Didn't even realize it. Played football for the Valley Warriors. You were, of course, a Valley Warrior. Played baseball there.
Yeah, I'm sure we played against each other playing baseball in high school. This one fouled straight back. We talked. We know a lot of the same people.
Very
it's
interesting.
Pretty awesome.
You never know, you know.
Yeah.
When the broadcasters go around, the visiting broadcaster, of course, coming to each game.
I mean, you're literally 5-10 minutes down the road off the next exit on the highway.
Yeah, just over the bridge.
The 1-2 misses low and outside. It's 2-2 with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Another interesting I like to think about is, a lot of these guys are playing against rival teams and, the history they may have had during their college days to face them in summer ball. It builds a community.
This one skied to shallow left center, and stumbling, and the ball's going to drop. And we'll see if it did hit off the glove. I think, going to give it an error. Yeah, it'll go down as an error on the center fielder, Mike Wilson. It did tip off of the glove just a little bit. He slipped out there in center field. And as you mentioned, the field conditions are very different here at Cardines. That could have played into it.
Yeah, you know, there are a couple of drains out there in Newport. Possibly lights. I don't really know. It seemed like a pretty routine play, but credit Cornelius. He's standing on second. Easily could have dogged that one and been on first. But he's able to hustle there and get into scoring position with 2 outs.
Well, I believe it was Mike Wilson yesterday. He was playing right field at Mystic, and it was a routine fly ball out to right field, and he lost it in the lights, and it dropped, and then it was a 2 RBI double. So Wilson has certainly had some trouble. He had the play earlier in the game where he was charging, thought about diving, and went all the way to the fence. Had the play where it was hit off of the fence. He got it, slipped, so he's been, you know.
The Cardine center field isn't nice to any center fielder.
Definitely not. The 0-1 bounces, and it's going to be a wild pitch. Advancing to third base is Cornelius. So now runner 90 feet away. There are 2 outs, though, and the count is 1-1 to Cody Hosey, who is still looking for his first hit. I think, as you mentioned earlier in the game, it's the only goal without a hit so far. He did walk back in the third, though.
Yeah, this would be a timely opportunity. Really, Schooners putting it on a silver platter to get an RBI here.
The 1-1. This one skied foul out of play, and it will land in the seats, right field side at Cardines.
Yeah, you see the warehouse out there in right field, and right down that right field line, there is no line. It is a warehouse and a concrete wall. If it bounces in fair territory, it can just ricochet off that. Interesting. So the right fielder, too.
Sometimes you see people with lawn chairs sitting on top of the warehouse. As this one is lined into center field, Wilson coming in, diving head first, and he is going to hang on and make the grab to end the inning. So Wilson, something goes his way out there in center field, and he ends the inning. Nice inning for Mason Palmieri, who got lucked out with that double play after he hit the leadoff batter, an error. So really, Palmieri did a great job and got out of the inning. We're going to head to the top of the 6th inning. It's 11-4. Newport Gulls still on top of the Schooners. We'll be right back on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Hey, Gulls fans. DVDs of all home games are available. To order copies, email broadcast@newportgulls.com. All DVDs include a full pregame show, postgame show, 5 high-quality cameras, and exclusive player interviews. Everything you know and love about Newport Gulls baseball. For more information, email broadcast@newportgulls.com. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of the 2018 Newport Gulls season. The Newport Gulls, 6-time champions of the NECBL. Follow the whole season right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to Cardines Field. We got a new pitcher in the ballgame for the Newport Gulls. And Dave, I'll throw it over to you. Why don't you give us some information about the new arm?
Yeah, it is number 18, Augie Milbauer. They call him first name Austin, middle or nickname is Augie. Lefty, 6'1", 195 from Texas Christian University. Just finished up his freshman year over there in Texas. And in his freshman campaign, he held on to a 1-1 record in 23 appearances, made 0 starts, but pitched in 22.2 innings with a 1.59 earned run average, which was 4th on the TCU team. He also had 29 strikeouts, 16 walks, and only gave up 4 earned runs, which was 3rd on his team. Also held opposing hitters to a 185 batting average. So an impressive spring and an impressive freshman campaign for Milbauer. We'll see what he can do here with an 11-4 lead.
And he'll be facing Freddie Sabito, Matt O'Neill, and Steve Barmakian. That is the 5, 6, 7 batters in the lineup. So we'll see how Augie Milbauer does against them. Josh Bates with a really great starting performance. First pitch lined hard right at the second baseman. Diving play by Jack Gethins. Second diving stop that we've seen by this Newport Gulls defense, and they're looking sharp.
Yeah, Cornelius gets one in the last inning, and now Gethings has that one.
Number 29.
Showing off some weather in the middle infield.
O'Neill of Morristown, New Jersey.
But Bates, his effort cannot go unnoticed, picking up 8 strikeouts over 5 innings, only giving up the 4 runs. And this one hit hard out to deep left center field, and it is going to leave the ballpark off of the roof. And that is a solo home run for Matt O'Neill. Cuts into the lead once again, and it's now 11-5 here in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, that one was skied into center field, and Hogeson just kind of lost it. It didn't really matter because it was off the roof out there, but off the bat, it didn't necessarily seem like it was going to have the difference. It just kind of kept carrying. Not much wind here in Newport right now, but he got all of that fastball, and Milbauer having a rude awakening here in the NECBL.
Nice way to start off the year for Matt O'Neill, getting his first hit of 2018. It's a solo home run at Cardines. This is Steve Barmakian coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 2.
So a hard hit line drive from Sabito, then a home run for O'Neill.
Called strike, evens the count 1-1. So Schooners will look to keep that going and keep hitting the ball hard against Milbauer, as the 1-1 on the way from the lefty side armor. Misses. Low and inside for ball 2. Got one gone here, top of the 6th inning, 11-5. Newport Gulls on top. This one grounded right back to the pitcher. Milbauer runs toward first, underhand flip in time for the second out of the inning. A nice heads-up play by him as it was hit hard.
Yeah, nice little PFP there, and before the game I saw them working on it, along with bunt coverages and other things in the infield, but showing off the leather. Pretty routine, but still got to get the job done, and he does there. 2 gone.
So Alex Santos to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored back in the 5th. Also struck out looking in the 3rd. The first pitch on the way to Santos catches the outside corner for strike 1.
That's just a tough pitch, backdoor slider, curveball just on the outer black.
0-1. This one hit hard and diving stop again by the second baseman Gethins. The throw is in time. Gethins with 2 diving plays in the inning. Impressive defense all around by the Newport Gulls, and that's going to do it for the Schooners in the top of the 6th. We will head to the bottom half of the 6th, 11-5 after the solo home run by Matt O'Neill, and we'll be right back on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
We would like to thank DreamBat Company, an official partner of the New England League, for their support and sponsorship of our postseason awards. DreamBat Company has been a proud partner and supporter of the New England League since 2010. Visit dreambats.com and enter coupon code NECBL20 for 20% off your entire online purchase. NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
They lost the found department in Cardines.
Back here for the bottom of the 6th inning, 11-5. Newport Gulls over the Mystic Schooners. We're going to throw things over to Aram Layton for a look around the rest of the NECBL.
A lot of runs around the NECBL today. Ocean State leads 8-3 over Danbury thanks to a 6th run, 6th inning. Winnipesaukee trails Plymouth 10-0 as a result of 4 errors from the Muskrats. Of course, Vermont and Sanford in a pitcher's duel, 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th, and the Valley Blue Sox have pulled ahead to a 7-2 lead over the Keene Swamp Bats. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Aram. Aram out of Syracuse, joining longtime Ocean State Waves broadcaster Tim Scott in the NECBL. Good to see him here.
Absolutely. Tim actually referred me to this great league, and I can't be happier that he did that.
Tim's awesome. You got to love Tim Scott. So Dalton Reed is up. First pitch swinging, and this ball is absolutely launched, and it is gone. No doubter off the bat of Dalton Reed. The crowd was stunned, went silent off the swing of the bat, and it's now 12-5 Newport.
I don't think the crowd was even ready for that one. It's a first pitch, low fastball, caught too much plate, and Reed just scooped that one straight away center field. His first home run of the year as he touches home plate. Nice little helmet bump with his teammate Dylan Clunan, and that's a way to strike quickly.
You just hear the chatter from the crowd, then all of a sudden the crack of the bat, and then you just hear, whoa, out of everybody.
Yeah, that one was a no-doubter for sure.
So here comes Dylan Clunan. First pitch to him, in there for a called strike one on the inside part of the plate. So now it's 12-5 Newport. First pitch swinging from Reed, crushed dead center field. We've seen our fair share of home runs tonight.
Yeah, ball's been flying.
This one low and outside, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Last year, Newport, 42 home runs. That was 6th in the NECBL.
This one fouled straight back. And you talk about those teams that hit a lot of home runs in the NECBL. Really, the ballpark has a lot to do with it. You mentioned the weird dimensions here at Newport. Balls fly out of the park. Danbury is basically the smallest park in the NECBL, and they load their lineup with power hitters. That's how they do it. Winnipesaukee has a really small ballpark. They have a miniature green monster out in left field, and it's really shallow, and they get guys who can just mash over that. So that's how that kind of goes into it. But these guys, make no mistake, can really hit the ball. This one is grounded over to first base. Santos makes the play, steps on for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. You know, how do you go about drafting the kind of players you want based on where most of, or all of your home games rather, are going to be played? And you're right, Danbury usually getting the big hitters. Giovanni Dinkong from last year, of course, one of the best hitters, most powerful in the NECBL in 2017.
That's you beat me to it. I was going to mention Dinkong.
How can you forget the name? He's
Yeah.
made to be a power hitter.
This one is low. Another guy, this massive dude, Cole Gordon from Mississippi State. He was with Plymouth. That dude was in the home run derby. And he was just, I don't even know how to describe him. His arms were like tree trunks. The 0-1 on the way, swing and a miss from Cole Austin. The count's quickly 0-2. So Palmieri doing a nice job of bouncing back after giving out the leadoff home run. Got Clunan to ground out, and now 0-2 to Austin. Palmieri's ready. The righty delivers. Breaking ball just misses. Maybe a little bit high, and the count's 1-2.
Yeah, by the time it was in the glove of O'Neill, it looked like it was a strike, but a late break to it. So called a ball there by home plate umpire Letizio.
Palmieri delivers the 1-2, this time outside. And it's even 2 balls and 2 strikes. 12-5, bottom of the 6th inning. One out.
You know, I brought up Gabe Snyder earlier. He's a guy that kind of is designed for Cardines. He got a short porch, 285 to right field. Of course, 28 feet. Still got to get some lift on it, but.
Swing and a miss, chase it in the dirt. That's a strikeout for Mason Palmieri. Got away of Matt O'Neill, but he applied the tag for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, just kind of chased it in the dirt. Nice job getting the tag on him.
So here comes Zach Hogeson. He is 1 for 2 on the day. RBI single was hit by a pitch. A couple runs scored for him. So trying to get a 2-out rally started for the Newport Gulls. Got a righty-lefty matchup. Palmieri first pitch fouled off of the top of the wood up there. I don't even know what to call it.
The wood backstop.
Yeah, backstop. That's the word I'm looking for.
Covers everyone behind home plate, I guess is what you could call it. You know, sometimes foul balls hit off that and it chips the wood. You see pieces of green wood falling off into the field. Not that time.
The 0-1 in there for a called strike 2. So Palmieri just a strike away, and impressive to see, as I just talked about. Gave up the leadoff home run, then could get the next 3 guys in order. So Hogeson's ready.
That's how you respond. You know, and it was a solo shot, so not too much damage.
0-2. Just misses again. That same breaking ball that by the time O'Neill caught it, it was in the strike zone, but by the time it crossed the plate, it was a little bit upstairs.
Yeah, he needs the mound to be about 62 feet, and both those would be right there.
So the 1-2 pitch. Tried to blow by him. This one outside, evens the count at 2-2.
You know, the solo home run for Reed, part of the problem yesterday was 2 solo home runs from Hosey. Obviously, great job from Hosey, but nobody on for both of those swings.
This one is skied to center field. Mike Wilson underneath took a couple steps back, now comes in, gets to the spot, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So Mason Palmieri doing a nice job, gives up the solo shot to Dalton Reed, which was an absolute no-doubter to straightaway center, but then got a ground out to first, strikeout, and a fly out to end the inning. But it is 12-5, Newport hanging on to that commanding lead as we head into the top of the 7th inning here at Cardines, and you're watching and listening to this game on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Season marks the 25th season of the New England League. Founded a quarter of a century ago, the New England League has distinguished itself by offering a summer collegiate baseball experience unlike any other. The New England League has long prided itself on its ability to transcend communities with the region's love of baseball, a common denominator in all walks of life, combined with some of the nation's elite up-and-coming prospects who share one common goal. Together, we all make baseball and our communities better thanks to a passionate fan base and the dedication of each of our member franchises, from host families to volunteers to front offices and everyone in between. Thank you, fans, for 25 amazing years of the New England League, and here's to many, many more.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 7th inning coming up. 12-5 Newport Gulls over the Mystic Schooners. And now to take you through the last 3 innings of this ball game is the voice of the Newport Gulls, Mr. Dave Peck.
Thanks, Mike. It will be the 9-1-2 part of this Schooners lineup. Tommy Gardner leading things off, Rodriguez behind him, and Santarelli, who already has a 2-run home run, heading in the hole here in the top of the 7th inning. 12-5 your score. Newport trying to keep these Schooners hitters at bay because they've been peppering the scoreboard a little bit here and there with a couple of runs, trying to, like we said, scratch and claw their way into this game. We'll see if Milbauer can keep things where they are as Gardner digs into the right side and takes ball 1 high.
After that big 11-run second inning for the Gulls, the Schooners got 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. So chipping away, but will it be enough?
1-0 pitch, that one just off the outside corner, so 2-0 here quickly to Gardner, who has walked twice, so he does not have an official at-bat in this game. The 2-0, fastball in there, taken for strike 1.
Also walked twice in yesterday's game against the Valley Blue Sox, so he's a guy that definitely loves to get on base any way that he can.
Milbauer working quickly, the 2-1 pitch, that one he spikes it, nice stop there from Harvey. But the count will move to 3 balls and 1 strike here on Gardner, the Terrapin from the University of Maryland.
Schooners have had a relationship with Maryland going back to, as well I can remember, Willie Rios, pitcher out of Maryland.
3-1 pitch, that one runs high and inside, so it is a leadoff walk there for Tommy Gardner as he walks down the first baseline. 12-5, still your score here, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. Dave Peck alongside Newport Gulls scorekeeper Andre Olivier, the voice of the Mystic Schooners Mike Majeski, and the Newport Gulls field reporter Aram Layton. Here in opening night at Cardines Field, both the Schooners and the Gulls 0-1, looking for their first win of the 2018 season. Here's the first pitch to Rodriguez, and it misses high for ball 1.
Something about Gardner, that's the 2nd straight at bat where he's walked in 4 pitches.
Yeah, 3 walks on the day. He scored both times.
Let's try to keep that trend going.
We'll see what they can do here as Milbauer slides in a nice breaking ball right on the outside black, called for strike number 1.
Rodriguez looking for his first hit. Last time he was up, he hit that sharp line drive to short where it was a diving stop by Cornelius.
Here's the 1-1. That fastball misses low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And yeah, he was a victim of the Newport middle infield. Cornelius and Gethings both flashing their leather in this game today.
Now those guys they're pretty good.
Certainly very talented players. That is why they're here. That's why they're in the NECBL. Milbauer from the stretch. Here's the 2-1, and it's swung on and missed for strike 2. May have gotten a piece of it, but it was into the glove of Harvey. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rodriguez looking for his first hit of the game. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3 right on the outside corner. He got him for out number 1 here in the 7th.
Nice pitch by Milbauer right there. That low and outside corner. Rodriguez looked like he was more disappointed at himself, but that is a tough pitch to hit. The best you're going to get, unless you really get on it, is just a just not hard hit ground ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a tough pitch, especially because he's a lefty, so it's starting way outside in the left-handed batter's box and coming in as Santarelli takes strike 1 there. Another breaking ball.
Santarelli got the 2-run home run earlier in the game.
He started off, a little bit of a rally here. Mystic putting up 5 runs as the 0-1 misses low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike here to the Seton Hall product.
And, in a lot of games, 5 runs is good enough for a win.
Yeah, that's the thing. If 5 runs is not bad, it was just that long second inning as this one is hit into left center field, giving chase is Hogeson to the right, and he reaches up and can't make the catch. It bounces at the base of the fence. Moving from first to third goes Gardner, and Santarelli is on with a 1-out double. That one looked like Hogeson may have had a shot. It was a long run there from where he was playing in center, and it was just out of the reach. But Gardner had to kind of wait up a little bit with only 1 out in the inning, so that's why he's only at third right now.
When it was traveling in the air, I first thought, all right, that's off the fence. That's going to be an easy double. But then I saw the reaction from Hogeson going after it, and I said, okay, he's got a chance at it. Then I thought he was going to make the catch. And then I think what happened is he saw the fence in front of him, and he was like, oh, God, and stopped. And then he just kind of let the ball drop.
Yeah, maybe it gets a little dark out there, too. I don't know. A lot of shadows coming from the trees out there in left center field. So, bizarre play. But like you said, he looked like he had the intention that he was going to catch it. First pitch to Shane Kelly is that slider from Milbauer, drops in the outside corner for strike 1.
Shane Kelly finally got his first hit of the 2018 season, a nice RBI single.
0-1 delivery, check swing, does not go. Fastball misses inside, 1-1. So Mystic, not New Bedford. Mystic scored 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 runs in the 5th, 1 run in the 6th, and they're threatening here with just 1 out. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's waved through and missed for strike 2.
Kelly, just a rising sophomore from Bryant, but you can tell that in this league, Rob Bono has him batting 3rd, so he definitely sees the potential there.
Here's the 1-2. Another breaking ball. This one misses low. Even things up at 2 apiece. Milbauer's walked 1, struck out 1. Faced 7 batters so far. This will be his 8th. Takes a long look in, gets the sign from Harvey. Sets the glove at the chest. Here's the 2-2, and it's a breaking ball changeup. That one just missing off the plate, so we got a full count here to Kelly. First full count he's faced in tonight's ball game.
Got Santarelli on 2nd, Gardner on 3rd, so 2 men in scoring position with just 1 out. Really good opportunity for Mystic to cut even more into this lead.
12-5, Mystic threatening. Here's the full count pitch, and it runs inside for ball 4. So the 2nd walk of the night for Milbauer. And Mystic now has the bases loaded with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Some frustration there from Milbauer, but he has his work cut out for him here as he'll face the cleanup hitter and Mike Wilson.
Just a really great at-bat by Shane Kelly, working the count full, taking some close pitches and able to work the walk, and now bases loaded.
Wilson 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. First time he's facing Milbauer tonight as he looks at a first pitch curveball in there for strike 1. Milbauer likes to work quickly. Not really wasting any time.
He does. I like that.
Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Gets away from Harvey, but bounces all the way back. That would have been a wild pitch. Nice job on the ricochet, playing it off the carom. So everyone had to stay put. Count moves to 1-1.
A smart, good heads-up play by Tommy Gardner over there at 3rd, and the 3rd base coach as well, to realize that that ball is going to bounce back, and there's not a lot of room behind home plate. You would have been out easily.
Yeah, no, not a lot of room at all. That's something, the first thing you're told when you get to a ballpark is look at the space behind home plate and maybe look at the fence. Here's the 1-1, and he chases that low breaking ball in the dirt, and he gets him to strike out. So it was a 1-2 pitch, and Milbauer got him chasing for his second strikeout of the night. 2 outs here, bases loaded in the 7th.
Freddie Sabato.
Sabato is 0 for 2 with a walk. He flew out to Austin in right and lined out to Gethings. First pitch fastball taken for strike 1.
A base hit right now from Sabato would be huge for the Schooners. There's 2 outs, so you can either, go into this inning and strand the bases loaded or bring a couple, 2, maybe even 3 across.
Anything, runners will be going, anything that's hit as that curveball misses low. Gardner on third, Santarelli on second, Kelly on first. 12-5 Newport, top of the 7th inning. 2 outs, here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball backs up Sabato, and he takes it for ball 2.
It's a big spot in this game right now. Schooners really with a good opportunity to kind of make it more of a ball game as we get later into this in the innings.
If you can cut it to 5, with 2 innings left, it's definitely doable.
Anything can happen.
2-1, this one jammed him, foul ball, left side. It'll get up and out of play. The count moves to 2-2.
A game like this, you're looking in the 2nd inning, Newport scoring 11 runs. You think, it's going to be a long night, it's over. But you can never count out any team, especially in the NECBL. I've seen, a bunch of games in this league, and I've seen a ton of great comebacks.
Here's the 2-2. That one lunged at, line into left field. Scoring from third is Gardner. Coming around third is Santarelli. He scores. It gets all the way into the corner, and Kelly's being sent around third as well. He scores all the way from first. It is a 3 RBI double for Freddie Sabato, and it is now 12-8 Newport, but this lead is quickly diminishing.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered right there for the Mystic Schooners. Sabato, hard line drive down the left field line and got underneath the glove of Clunan. Tough break for him, went all the way to the fence. The 2 runs were going to score, but the fact that it got underneath the glove allowed Shane Kelly to score all the way from first base. Now all of a sudden it's 12-8, just a 4-run ball game. And as we said at the very beginning of this game in the 2nd inning when it was 11-0, Schooners just got to get a few runs every now and then, and they've been doing that. They've got 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and now 3 in the 7th, and there are 2 outs, but they have a runner in scoring position.
That is the formula we talked about. Mike Coombs comes out to talk to Milbauer. Looks like he's going to go to the bullpen. We'll get the new pitcher and the final stat line for Milbauer next. We'll take a brief break. You're listening to Newport Gulls Baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Hey, Gulls fans. DVDs of all home games are available. To order copies, email broadcast@newportgulls.com. All DVDs include a full pregame show, postgame show, 5 high-quality cameras, and exclusive player interviews. Everything you know and love about Newport Gulls baseball. For more information, email broadcast@newportgulls.com. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of the 2018 Newport Gulls season. Sunday, July 29th, it's the New England Collegiate Baseball League's All-Star Game at Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Join all 13 NECBL teams, including this year's hosts, the Valley Blue Sox, for a night of baseball action that can't be missed. The always exciting skills competition and home run derby start in the early afternoon with game time set for 5:10. For more information about July 29th's All-Star Game or the New England Collegiate Baseball League, visit www.necbl.com. NCTV 18, Newport County, the World Wide Web. And on DVD, this is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
We have a pitching change here in Newport, and it will be the junior from Dartmouth College, Austin Michel, who is on the mound for Milbauer. Milbauer still responsible for Freddie Sabato, who is standing on second. The inning started with a leadoff walk for Tommy Gardner. It was his 3rd of the inning, and that's something we talked about. He scored the first 2 times that he was walked in the inning, and same thing happened here. He was plated on that 3 RBI double from Sabito, as was Santarelli, who had the double off the fence that Hogeson couldn't quite get to. And the walk from Kelly. Still 2 outs, 12-8 your score.
Number 29.
As Michel faces number 29, Matt O'Neill from the University of Pennsylvania. He already has a home run on the night.
Couple of Ivy Leaguers going at it right here.
First pitch from Michel misses high, and quickly Harvey comes out to get on the same page with Michel. Michel, the righty, 6 foot 195. Dartmouth was 17-22 overall, 3rd in the Ivy League. And for Michel, he had a 3-2 record, 3rd in wins on his team, 17 appearances, made just 2 starts, 45.1 innings pitched, with a 3.38 earned run average, which was first for the Big Green this past spring. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a fastball that runs just inside 2-0. So trying to finish the job. Again, Sabito is Milbauer's responsibility. 2-0 breaking ball taken for strike 1.
Matt O'Neill definitely a candidate at the plate right now, trying to stay hot off of that solo home run just last inning. Trying to keep it going, bring around Sabito from second base.
Michel comes to the set, slide step and the delivery, swings through that one, does O'Neill. Even things up at 2 apiece. Still a nice crowd here at Cardines. Close game now, 12-8, just 4 here in the top of the 7th inning. The 2-2 pitch, that one is taken for strike 3, maybe a little high, but called a strike by Anthony Letizio, and Michel does the job. He gets out of the jam and limits the damage, leaving Freddie Sabito on second, but Mystic gets 3 runs off the 3 RBI double from Sabito. It's now 12-8. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. When we come back, you're listening and watching Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, and now on your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a team pass for $125, or enjoy the entire 2018 season with a league pass for $149. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's newportgulls.com.
Here in Newport, we have ourselves a ball game. 12-8, the Gulls on top. But little by little, Mystic has crawled back into this one. And we'll see what the Newport offense can do. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 part of the lineup. Harvey, Gethings, and Plew here trying to add to this just 4-run lead. They scored 11 runs in the 2nd inning. Since then, it was just 1 off the solo home run from Dalton Reed last inning. But, you know, we talked about it. This is exactly what they were trying to do, and now, you know, a 4-run game in the bottom of the 7th inning, very important here for Newport to, if they don't get a run across, at least get some momentum on their side and try and at least limit the amount of time in between innings. So maybe these Mystic bats can cool off. If you're Mystic, you know, just keep playing ball and keep riding the momentum you have.
Yeah, as Mike Lord would like to say, the pendulum of momentum has swung Mystic's way, but that big 11-run inning just set such a gap in between these two teams, and Mystic just chipping away. But I mean, is there going to be enough time, enough innings for them to do that? I would say if this game went 13 innings, definitely, but they're only down 4 right now, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, momentum is a crazy thing as Harvey takes the first pitch from Palmieri for strike 1. 0-1 curveball, that one bouncing right in front of home plate, 1-1. Palmieri has a little bit of a hitch in his windup. He likes to keep that left leg in the air just a little bit, maybe throw off the timing of these Gulls hitters. Working from the stretch with nobody on. Here's the 1-1, and it's hit foul over the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Palmieri gave up the solo shot in the last inning, but then came back and got the next 3 batters in order to go down. So we'll see if he can keep up that momentum and trying to get these Newport batters not on the base.
1-2 curveball. That one skips again. So 2-2 when he's missed. It's been a couple of spiked curveballs. Maybe he's just trying to get Harvey to chase. I don't know, but so far the Wake Forest Demon Deacon has been disciplined, trying to work back into this count. Palmieri gets the sign, sets that black glove at the chest. Leg kick and the delivery. That curveball's in there for strike 3, and Harvey knew it. Goes down looking for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Nice pitch by Palmieri. Great way to start it off. That's the second strikeout for him tonight.
Number 2.
Good job there. So 1 down quickly as in steps Jack Gethings. He has a single, was hit by a pitch, and struck out looking. First pitch swung on, that one line to Hopper, gloved on by Gardner, scoops it up, fires it to first, 2 away.
2 quick outs, make it 5 straight goals, retired, easy, routine play for Gardner over there at second base.
Yeah, nice job playing the hop. He waited for the second one instead of charging it, and he was able to get it in a nice rhythm there to make the easy throw. Now, 2 up, 2 down as in steps the leadoff guy, Dylan Plew. Plew struck out, had the 2 RBI double, flew out to Wilson in center, and grounded into the 4-6-3 double play. First pitch from Palmieri misses outside, 1-0. Plew with his left foot as far back and as close as he can. As he looks at another ball, that one missing a little high and inside, 2-0. Offering, that one missing again. These are all close, but it's a 3-0 count here to Plew.
Yeah, Palmieri, he's on it, just missing, barely, but you know, Plew looking to get on, start something for Newport.
Here's the 3-0. That fastball misses again. And Plew hesitated there at the plate. He thought it was a strike. He was taken all the way. Usually it is. But the home plate umpire, Letizio, saw it a different way. So ball 4 there for the Washington State product. And Newport has a guy on here with 2 outs for Chris Cornelius. Cornelius on the day, struck out twice, had the 2 RBI double, and reached on the error as he pops this one into shallow center field. Coming in on is Wilson. He will call off Rodriguez and make the play to retire the side. So the Gulls go down 1-2, a walk, and then 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. They still lead it 12-8 as we head to the top of the 8th. You're listening and watching Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, and now on your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a team pass for $125, or enjoy the entire 2018 season with a league pass for $149. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The Newport Gulls, 6-time champions of the NECBL. Follow the whole season right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's newportgulls.com.
As we welcome you back here to Cardines Field, top of the 8th inning, 12-8, Newport on top, hanging on to this 4-run lead. Austin Michel back out on for his second inning of work. He will face Barmakian, Santos, and Gardner. 7, 8, 9 part of this lineup, but they have been productive, responsible for 4 of these 8 runs so far for the Schooners.
The back half of the order has certainly gotten it done. Barmakian still looking for his first hit of the game. He struck out, flew out, and grounded out. But then Santos with a single and a run scored. And then Gardner, we've talked about him all night. 3 walks, 3 runs scored.
First pitch from Michel misses outside, 1-0. So despite everything that's happened, it is still a 4-run game, as that one catches the outside corner for strike 1. So Michel doesn't have to press too much. He does have some insurance, but compared to what it used to be, obviously a little bit different, as the 1-1 curveball runs inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Still a ball game, though, 12-8. Mystic, if they can keep up what they've been doing over the last few innings, they could easily tie this thing up.
2-1 pitch runs high, 3 balls and 1 strike here to Barmakian. Struck out in the second. Flew out to Clunan out there in left field and grounded out to the pitcher in the 6th inning, as that one runs high again. So for the second straight time, back-to-back walks to lead off the inning for the Schooners, as Barmakian makes his way down to first base. That'll bring up Alex Santos.
First baseman, number 13, Alex Santos.
First pitch to Santos. That one line down the right field line, but it'll be on top of the warehouse. Foul, strike 1. And you mentioned it earlier on, but you see that warehouse out there in right field. Later on in the season, when it gets warmer, you'll see people bringing out their lawn chairs and just kind of hanging out, maybe catch a foul ball or two.
It always makes me nervous that they won't be paying attention and the ball hit them and then they go down.
Yeah, very easy to have that happen. On 1 pitch, curveball, that one misses high, 1-1, and kind of a similar pitch there for Palmieri. Just started high, and maybe by the time Harvey caught it, it was in the zone, but a little bit high as Michel goes over to first to check on Barmakian, nothing doing. The attendance for today's game at Cardines Field, opening night, 1,780 in attendance here, as the 1-1 from Santos is fouled over the backstop, 1-2. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Newport Hospital, for tonight, and the 1,000 free magnet schedules given out courtesy of Domino's Pizza. As the 1-2 curveball misses high, 2-2, and for those of you listening back home, you can follow the Newport Gulls on social media at Newport Gulls on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Do you run all that?
On the away games, I do, as this one is lunged at, chopped left side. Third baseman Hosey bobbles it, tries to make the throw, and it's not in time. So he picked it up, dropped it, and tried to recover, couldn't make the play. And that will go down as an E5 in the book. Barmakian advances 90 feet. He's on second. Santos on first on the error. And still with nobody out, runners on first and second.
So that's a lot of social media. I only do the Twitter, Instagram. Our owner, I think, does the Facebook. But then I couldn't even imagine having to keep up with the Snapchat as well.
Yeah, the Snapchat, it's growing. And the more people that look at it, the more it'll grow. But, RM right here is doing the live tweeting for the game in the broadcast booth, so really appreciate that. I'll take over when we go on the road, but we have so many great interns and volunteers here in Newport that we're able to, fortunate enough to be able to run all those accounts as that fastball runs inside on Tommy Gardner.
That's what it's all about, keeping the fans engaged.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball high, 2-0.
Has there been a strike thrown to Tommy Gardner this game? Now there's probably going to be one after I say it.
It was a 3-1 count when he walked the first time. 4 pitch the second time. 3-1 count when he walked the third time. And now it's 2-0. And the first baseman, Plu, wants a quick conversation.
Yeah, he's saying, hey, don't walk this guy again. The base will be loaded with nobody out.
Maybe we see what he can do. How about we see if he can hit the ball and play? I'm sure he can, but, at least test your luck because, credit Gardner. He has had a good eye. 3 walks on the night. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swings through that one, 2-1. And on your screen, you see out there in right center field the yellow banner on the fence. There's a target there if you hit that. There is some sort of award that is usually given out.
Really? That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yep. Nice little promo there. The 2-1 fastball misses high. So another 3-1 count here to Gardner. Third 3-1 count he's faced. Staring down the barrel of his 4th walk of the night. 12-8 Newport. Top of the 8th inning. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. The 3-1 fastball catches the inside corner to push it to a full count. Now this is the first full count he's seen tonight. Michel trying to work through this one. Sets the glove at the chest. Takes a look at Barmakian. Now goes to the plate, and he gets Gardner swinging for strike 3. Comes all the way back to record out number 1 here in the top of the 8th, and that could prove to be a big one. First time that Gardner has been put out today.
Yeah, 4 plate appearances, 0 for 1 on the day, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 3 runs scored. We'll see if he can get up at the plate again if this game goes into extras, or if the Schooners can get a rally going and put together a bunch of runs.
And that is Michel's second strikeout of the ball game, as in steps Brett Rodriguez. First pitch to Rodriguez, foul chopped back to the left of the batter's circle, 0-1.
Rodriguez 0 for 4 on the day. The Schooners leadoff hitter, definitely someone looking to break out of that slump, mini slump, and get on base and move Barmakian over into score, or possibly bring him in to score.
Michel gets the sign, little head nod. Now goes to the plate, the 0-1. Breaking ball. Harvey can't find it, but it's right in front of him. Pitch missed low, though. 1-1 here to Rodriguez. 9:14 here at Cardines Field. And for a 12-8 ball game, pretty good pace. We've had a lot of pitchers that like to get the ball and chuck it, and you talked about that from the get-go with John Signor.
Yeah, that feels like forever ago.
1-1. That one misses low. 2-1. You know, it seems like we've seen so many pitchers, to look down to remember Signor. It does seem like yesterday's game. But it's been a nice one here at Cardines Field, as Rodriguez calls timeout. Steps out of that right-handed batter's box, now digs back in. Taps the plate with his bat, waves it a few times, awaiting the pitch from Michel. He gets the sign, comes to the set. Here's the 2-1, and it's lifted, foul down the first base line. It gets up and out of play and into the stands right there by that light post on the right side of your screen. Probably about 15 feet away from us. The count moves to 2-2. Nice souvenir for one of the fans here at Cardines Field.
Absolutely. Usually the ball is out of the ballpark altogether.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. That one just off the outside corner for ball 3. So back-to-back full counts here for the Schooners hitters. Michel won the battle against Gardner last time. We'll see what he can do here. 3-2. This one lifted to right center field. Going back is Hogeson. He looks up, and he's able to make the catch at the wall, and he throws it in, or did it hit off the wall? I'm not quite sure, and the umpires are talking things over.
I thought he caught it.
It looked like he caught it, but perhaps it hit off the wall, and he was able to get it on the bounce. Interesting play there. We'll look at the replay on the screen, and it looked like he caught it on the replay, and now
I'm with you.
Kevin Winterode wants to have a conversation. You see that right against the wall. We got instant replay here.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I thought. So he goes back to his left, right against the fence. He scales it, and he's able to make the catch. I don't see it dropping onto the ground as we look at the replay on our monitor. But it looks like it will stand as a hit.
RBI double.
And an RBI double for Brett Rodriguez. So a break there for the Schooners.
Big break. And now it's 12-9. And
it's 12-9 and 2 runners in scoring position still with 1 out. So a huge break as the meeting with Michel and Winterode concludes. There is action in the Newport bullpen, and that is number 36 for Newport, Nathan Reiter from Bryant University.
Be interesting to see what Hogeson has to say after this game, because he knows for sure. They're checking over on second base and safe on second's Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's not something they should be checking. Maybe they should be checking our monitor to see what happened, get him in New York. But, that's baseball.
Is there video replay in the NECBL?
No, definitely not.
Don't think so. Well, here there could be if they want to come up.
First pitch to Santarelli's in there for strike one. Michel has his work cut out for him. He's got to work back. It is 12-9. Just a 3-run game, 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Or 2 outs, rather. As this one is hit into right field, and it gets down for a hit, bobbled out there by Austin. Scoring from third is Santos, and Rodriguez scores as well.
1-run game.
So it's now a 1-run game. You know what? They called it a catch. As I'm looking back at the book, Rodriguez was out on the play with the F8. And Santos tagged from second, moves up to third. And Barkamian tagged and moved up to third. And Santos was at second. So with that one, both scored, and it is now 12-10, so a 2-run game. Sorry about that. It was a difficult play to see, but it was an RBI double or RBI single there for Santarelli. And now it looks like there's going to be a pitching change. So we will straighten that out as Mike Coombs goes to the bullpen one more time. It's a 12-10 ball game here, 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. You're listening and watching Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Sunday, July 29th, it's the New England Collegiate Baseball League's All-Star Game at Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Join all 13 NECBL teams, including this year's hosts, the Valley Blue Sox, for a night of baseball action that can't be missed. The always exciting skills competition and home run derby start in the early afternoon with game time set for 5:10. For more information about July 29th's All-Star Game or the New England Collegiate Baseball League, visit www.necbl.com. The 2018 season marks the 25th season of the New England League. Founded a quarter of a century ago, the New England League has distinguished itself by offering a summer collegiate baseball experience unlike any other. The New England League has long prided itself on its ability to transcend communities with the region's love of baseball, a common denominator in all walks of life, combined with some of the nation's elite up-and-coming prospects who share one common goal. Together, we all make baseball and our communities better thanks to a passionate fan base and the dedication of each of our member franchises, from host families to volunteers to front offices and everyone in between. Thank you, fans, for 25 amazing years of the New England League, and here's to many, many more.
As we welcome you back here to Cardines Field, Dave Peck alongside Newport Gulls scorekeeper Andre Olivier, the voice of the Mystics Schooners, Mike Majeski, and the Newport Gulls field reporter Aram Layton. And it is a 12-10 ball game, a little bit of a mishap, but we will straighten it out. The inning started with a walk for Barmakian, and Santos reached on the error from Hosey. Then Gardner struck out, and the fly ball to center field was caught by Hogeson on the wall. And Barmakian and Santos both tagged up. They reached second and third respectively. And then it was Santarelli who had the 2 RBI single to make it a 12-10 ball game here with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. And that is where we stand now as Shane Kelly digs in from the right side to face the new pitcher for Newport. It is Nathan Reiter, the 6'7", 245 Bryant University product, who's coming in and trying to stop the bleeding. Just a 2-run game. Here's the first pitch from Reiter. It's in there for strike one.
Got to give the Schooners a lot of credit for battling back in this game. As we talked about, 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and now 2 in the 8th, and looking to tack on some more.
Ryder from the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, check swing. Did he go? They checked down the first baseline. No, he did not, says first base umpire Ben Roblewski, and it's 1-1. Ryder sets the glove at the belt. Long pause. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball in there for strike number 2. Here's the 1-2 offering. Another fastball, and he waves through it for strike 3. Gets Kelly down, swinging to retire the side, but Mystic scores 2 more. What else is new? Off 1 hit, the RBI single from Sebastiano Santarelli. They cut it to 2 runs. Newport leads 12-10 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. You're listening and watching Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Stay tuned. Stats, updated standings, and the exclusive Player of the Game interview just minutes after the final pitch on the Newport Gulls postgame report on the NECBL Broadcast Network. The 2018 season marks the 25th season of the New England League. Founded a quarter of a century ago, the New England League has distinguished itself by offering a summer collegiate baseball experience unlike any other. The New England League has long prided itself on its ability to transcend communities with the region's love of baseball, a common denominator in all walks of life, combined with some of the nation's elite up-and-coming prospects who share one common goal. Together, we all make baseball and our communities better thanks to a passionate fan base and the dedication of each of our member franchises, from host families to volunteers to front offices and everyone in between. Thank you, fans, for 25 amazing years of the New England League, and here's to many, many more.
As we welcome you back here to Cardines Fields, we have a ball game, 12-10 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Newport trying to add to this 2-run lead, but it just seems like slowly but surely Mystic has been creeping back into this game. You look up and it's just a 2-run advantage for Newport. As we have a new pitcher here for the Schooners, it'll be Carl Johnson, number 15. And he will face Hosey, Reed, and Clunan, 3, 4, and 5, part of the lineup, as the first pitch to Hosey misses for ball 1.
Carl Johnson, a hard thrower out of the University of Connecticut from Westport, Connecticut, 6'5", 190. He's a rising sophomore righty on the mound, and part of that UConn team that made it to the NCAA tournament out of the American Conference.
1-0 fastball misses, push the count to 1-2. And as that one misses high as well, so 3 straight balls. Definitely hard throwing, but having some trouble locating so far.
Reading here on the UConn on his bio, he's a transfer from Army West Point.
4-pitch walk there for Hosey. He's on. Nice way to start there for Newport. But yeah, I did see that as well. He's a transfer from Army. And actually, Newport had a transfer from Army who transferred from Army to Georgia, Trevor Tinder. He was a pitcher, played for Newport last year. Remember talking to him about the transfer. And, you know, he said that originally he was really into the Army and then, you know, figured out it's not for him and it's not for everyone, and was able to find home in Georgia, where he pitches for the Bulldogs. First pitch swinging is Dalton Reed for strike 1.
That's interesting. Carl Johnson went to Fairfield Prep in Connecticut.
0-1 curveball. That one slicing down the left field line. It gets down for a hit. Fielding is Sabido. That'll be a single, so runners on first and second here for Newport with nobody out.
In the top of the 7th inning, the beloved Red Sox lead the Detroit.
That one just slicing away from Sabido. Left-handed hitter. Nice job fielding it, keeping the runners from advancing more than 90 feet.
Sports betting in Rhode Island. So keep the applause.
Newport with this 2-run lead. They have not scored since the solo home run in the 6th inning from Dalton Reed. Just had that single there. The 11 runs, of course, in the 2nd. As Clunan shows bunt, fouls it off, 0-1. Mystic has scored in 4 straight innings. Clunan showing bunt again. Easy take on the high fastball, 1-1.
You take away the rough outing from John Signor, and the Schooners are winning this ball game. It really comes down to that 2nd inning.
Yeah, one thing we talked about on the broadcasters roundtable was the bullpen. They gave up 8 runs, 6 in 1 inning. As that one misses high again, 2 balls and 1 strike. And we talked about, is that going to be something that's recurring? Not so much here. They have been great so far. Get the final stat line for Palmieri. 3 innings, just 1 earned run, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Here's the 2-1 shows bunt again. This time he gets it down, but it rolls foul down the 3rd baseline. So the count will move to 2-2. We'll see if he wants to bunt with 2 strikes. We saw a New Bedford player do that successfully in last night's game.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I think especially nowadays, guys aren't afraid to do it. I mean, you have your mind set on getting a bunt down, getting that runner over, and with 2 strikes, why not risk it? If you trust your hitter to do it, you should try it.
Break-even offering. He's swinging, and he fouls it off the backstop. We'll reset and do that 2-2 count again. And if anything, maybe it increases the pressure. It makes you that much more intent on getting it down because the stakes are even higher. Posey on second, Reed on first. The 2-2 pitch. That one misses for ball number 3, so a full count here to Clunan. Johnson working quickly. 3-2 pitch. That one misses high, so 2nd walk of the inning. Bases loaded now here for Newport with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning. If you're Mystic, this is exactly what you couldn't have happen. 2 walks in an inning after you've been scratching and clawing your way back into this game. Got it to 2 runs. Now bases loaded for Newport, with a chance for Cole Austin to add some insurance, and it looks like there's going to be a mound visit.
Well, it looks like there is some action in the bullpen. Can't tell if it's a Schooner or a goal.
Entire infield coming in. It looks like it will be a pitching change. We'll get the new pitcher next, and the final stat line for Johnson when we come back. It's a ball game here, 12-10, bottom of the 8th inning, but Newport is threatening. You're right back. You're listening to Newport Gulls Baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Listen up, fans. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 23rd, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team. This year's All-Star Game is being played at the home of the Valley Blue Sox on Sunday, July 29th. Fan voting will take place online at vote18.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 23rd. The 25th Annual New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by our very own Valley Blue Sox on Sunday, July 29th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Visit asg18.necbl.com for more information. Sunday, July 29th, it's the New England Collegiate Baseball League's All-Star Game at Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Join all 13 NECBL teams, including this year's hosts.
As welcome back here to Newport, Rhode Island, 12-10. Ian Halpin, the relief pitcher, and a first pitch swinging from Austin. He lines it into left field. Scoring from third is Hosey. And everyone else moves up 90 feet, so it's 13-10, an RBI single there for Cole Austin, and a much-needed run across the plate for Newport.
First pitch swinging, that's paid off. Remember Dalton Reed, first pitch swinging, launched one over the center field fence. Happened a couple times. It's a good measure in this game. And mentioned new pitcher for the Schooners. It's Ian Halpin, a righty, rising senior, 6'2", from Glastonbury, Connecticut, and Fairfield University.
First pitch to Hoganson is taken for strike one. Hoganson had an RBI single in the second inning, and he flew out to left field and center field. 0-1 pitch. This one slicing down the left field line, and it just lands foul, bounces into the bullpen. So quickly down 0-2.
And some numbers from Halpin at Fairfield this season. Let's take a look. Had a pretty successful season for the Stags. Made 14 appearances in relief, 2-1 record, 1.77 ERA, pitched 20 1/3, picked up 14 strikeouts, 4 earned runs on 20 hits. Opponents hit .256 against him.
0-2 fastball, misses low and inside, 1-2, and he also hit for the Fairfield Stags. 19 games, 305 average, 59 at-bats, 18 hits. Couple of doubles as this one is fielded by the first baseman Santos. He goes home to get the force, and they are quickly just like that.
Halpin.
One away here.
Halpin looks like he may have hurt his back. He slipped and fell after that pitch, having a slight limp on his way back to the mound, but looks like he wants to stay in the game, and he's all right.
We'll score that one a 3-2 putout.
Nice heads up by Santos for sure.
We do fielder's choice, rather. One down here, 13-10, bottom of the 8th inning. Logan Harvey digging in. First pitch from Halpin, bouncing curveball. Nice stop there from O'Neill, 1-0.
Bases still loaded, just 1 out, 3-run game now. I mean, still doable for the Schooners in the top of the 9th, but bases loaded, they don't want to give up any more runs.
1-0 pitch, chopped foul down the third base line, 1-1. And you wonder if Coach Coombs has anybody warming up for Newport, or if they're going to keep Ryder in. Ryder looked sharp, only faced one batter. Here's the 1-1 to Harvey. Fastball gets away from O'Neill, not too much though. He's able to glove it and keep the runners at bay. Count will move to 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind is blowing out right now, the flag fluttering a little bit. Here's the 2-1, ground ball left side. Santarelli gloves it, throws it to home. Gets the force, and now he throws it to first, but this one bounces into right field. So Clunan is out, but Austin is able to score from second base to make it a 14-10 game. Interesting play. Nice job there from Santarelli going home with it. And he got Clunan out, but Austin was able to advance on the throw, trying to go for the unorthodox 5-2-3 double play.
Yeah, I thought at first that O'Neill maybe shouldn't have made that throw because it looked like Santarelli, he took his time. You saw him double clutch and then make the throw, and then I thought by that time that Hoganson would have been safe at first. Or excuse me, Harvey would have been safe at first, which he was.
Now here is Jack Gethings, who takes ball 1 there from Halpin.
And a tough break for Santos as that ball just popped right out of the mitt and landed in no man's land, and run was able to score.
Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The 1-0, back pick, it goes to third. But he can't get it, bounces a little bit to the left, doesn't go into left field, so runners stay where they are. And the count moves to 2-0. Gethings had the RBI single, he struck out looking, was hit by a pitch and grounded out to his counterpart Gardner at second. Here's the 2-0, fastball runs inside, 3 balls, no strikes. .30 pitch taken all the way for strike 1. Newport already with 2 runs in this inning. 3-1 fouled off. Now a full count here to Jack Gethings.
Gethings showed off the leather at second base early in the game. A couple diving stops.
Yep, he's had some nice plays. Caught one on a line and also dove, got it on the hop and was able to get up and make the throw. Cornelius with a couple as well over there at short. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Runner is off at first. 3-2, 2 outs, but the ball is outside, so Gethings is on with a walk. And bases are loaded once again. Hogeson on third base, Harvey on second, Gethings on first. And that'll bring up Dylan Plew.
14, Dylan.
Batting for the 6th time today. Trying to really break this one open. Here's the first pitch from Halpin. It's a fastball, runs just inside, 1-0. Now Bono wants a quick chat. So we talked about Newport scoring 11 runs in the second inning, and then just the 1 run in the 6th off the solo home run from Dalton Reed. A sign of a good team is right here. If they're able to get a few more, just to be able to come back and late in the game when you still have the lead, respond after Mystic has been doing such a good job grinding into it. To get a couple more, if they can capitalize here, that's just that's a tough thing for the Schooners to deal with when they head into the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Newport, you don't just want to make it all happen in one inning, and it was a huge inning, but you want to show that you can do it later in the game as well, just to say, hey, we see you, Mystic, coming back, and we're going to extend this lead.
1-0 pitch, hit on the ground right side. Gardner moves to his left, scoops it up, makes the throw to retire the side, but the Gulls get 2 more runs off 2 hits and 2 Mystic errors. They leave 2 runners on, but they have a 14-10 lead as we head to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Schooners. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The latest stats, scores, highlights, and player of the game interviews. Tune in after the final pitch of every home game for all of the analysis you need, and listen in live for our exclusive interview with the Newport Gulls player of the game. Only on the Newport Gulls postgame report on the NECBL Broadcast Network. The 2018 season marks the 25th season of the New England League. Founded a quarter of a century ago, the New England League has distinguished itself by offering a summer collegiate baseball experience unlike any other. The New England League has long prided itself on its ability to transcend communities with the region's love of baseball, a common denominator in all walks of life, combined with some of the nation's elite up-and-coming prospects who share one common goal. Together, we all make baseball and our communities better thanks to a passionate fan base and the dedication of each of our member franchises, from host families to volunteers to front offices and everyone in between. Thank you, fans, for 25 amazing years of the New England League, and here's to many, many more.
Top of the 9th inning, 14-10. Newport on top. They score 2 more in the bottom of the 8th to give themselves a little bit more of a cushion. Nathan Ryder still on the mound trying to close this one out for the Gulls as they seek to pick up their first win of the 2018 NECBL season. Dave Peck here in the booth alongside Newport Gulls scorekeeper Andre Olivier, the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski, and Newport Gulls field reporter Aram Layton. Just 3 outs left. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen, especially the way the Mystic has been swinging the bats and generating runs late in this ballgame.
Yeah, well, the Schooners, the most they've scored in an inning tonight is 3, and they did that in the 7th, but 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and 2 in the 8th. Now they're going to need to make it 4 in the 9th as they trail by 4 runs, 14-10. But as you said, in this league, literally anything can happen.
Ryder will face Wilson, Sabito, and O'Neill here in the top of the 9th inning. First pitch fastball, check swing didn't matter, called strike 1. Nice way to start there for Ryder. Oh, 1 fastball blew it right by him. Quickly up 0-2. Working from the stretch, nobody on. Gets the sign, sets the glove at the belt. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball taken high and outside, 1-2. Fans still in attendance here at Cardines. waiting to see if the Gulls can hang on for their first win of the 2018 season. Here's the 1-2 curveball, swung on and missed for strike 3. He got him low and inside, and Wilson couldn't connect, one gone.
Well, that's certainly how you want to start off the top of the ninth, just set the tone and, try to get these 3 outs quickly and go home and think about the next game tomorrow.
So 1 down, here is Freddie Sabito. He had the 3 RBI, bases clearing double in the 7th. See what he can do here with nobody on and 1 out. First pitch fastball in there for strike 1, and Ryder is pumping right now.
Yeah, he definitely is, just firing those strikes, looking to get quick outs.
From the stretch, here's the 0-1 delivery. Curveball, that one misses outside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another curveball. This one is in there for strike 2, just on the outside black. So another 1-2 count. Trying to go at Sabito. Gets the sign from Harvey. Here's the pitch. Fastball waved at and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, and there are 2 gone. Mystic is down to their final out.
Last chance for the Schooners. Matt O'Neill, who homered earlier in the game, will try to keep it going.
O'Neill grounded out to Hosey at third, struck out. Homered in the 6th inning. And struck out looking his last time up. Ryder trying to finish him off. Here's the first pitch. It's a curveball taken for strike 1. The 0-1, another curveball. That one chopped foul. Left side right near that bunting on your screen, 0-2. So Schooners are down to their final strike, 14-10. Top of the 9th inning, nobody on, 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's a fastball chopped left side. Gloved on by Hosey, scoops it up, fires it across the diamond, and it is in time. The Gulls win. Final score here from Cardines Field. Newport 14, Mystic 10, and the Gulls improve to 1-1 on the year. Mystic falls to 0-2. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We have the Newport Gulls post-game show coming up next on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Stay tuned for the Newport Gulls post-game report. Next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. The 25th Annual New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by our very own Valley Blue Sox on Sunday, July 29th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at McKenzie Stadium in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Visit asg18.necbl.com for more information.
Text it.
So Newport holds on and is able to keep Mystic from completing the comeback. Final score here from Cardines Field on Newport Hospital opening night. Newport 14, Mystic 10, but it was quite a ball game, Mike. It started off with an 11-run inning for Newport in the 2nd, and hits all across the board. A 2 RBI double for Dylan Plew, a 2 RBI double for Chris Cornelius, an RBI double for Dylan Clunan, singles for Austin Hogeson, Gethings, Reed, and the home run from Cole Austin, all equaling up to that 11-run inning. But after that, it wasn't much more for Newport offensively. Really, it was Mystic who was on the scoreboard. And the top of the 3rd inning, Tommy Gardner ended up scoring on the two-run home run from Sebastiano Santarelli. That cut it to an 11-2 lead for Newport. And then in the top of the 5th inning, it was Santos and Gardner scoring again off the RBI from Shane Kelly. They put up one more off the solo home run from Matt O'Neill, as did Newport in the bottom of the 6th off that first pitch bomb from Dalton Reed, his first home run of the season. And then Mystic just kept the pedal down. They had 3 runs score in the top of the 7th inning. The 3 RBI double from Freddie Sabito, and they added 2 more in the top of the 8th off the 2 RBI single from Sebastiano Santarelli. So he had himself a day, 4 RBI, a home run, a double, and a single, but it was just a little bit short as Newport added 2 more in the 8th to give them just enough comfort. Credit Nathan Ryder there for coming in. 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts. So, Mike, it was quite a ball game, and we talked about it the whole time. Don't sleep because anything can happen in the NECBL, and it almost did.
It certainly almost did. You got to give Mystics offense a ton of credit coming back into this game with Sebastiano Santarelli's 2-run home run, RBI single from Shane Kelly. Santos scored on a wild pitch, solo home run from Matt O'Neill, another double, 2 RBI by Santarelli once again. It was Sabito with the 3 RBI double in the 7th, 2 RBI single by Santarelli in the 8th. Mystic made it a ball game. They made things interesting. I mean, they could have easily just put their heads down and walked out of here with a tough loss and got shut out, but you know what? They fought back, and I think that shows a lot about this Schooners team and where they're going to be going moving forward in the season.
Yeah, it definitely says a lot, and it's something that we'll keep an eye on as these two teams meet 5 more times throughout the NECBL season. It was Josh Bates who picked up the win for Newport, going 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, all of which were earned off 4 hits, walked 3, and struck out 8. So for the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski. Mike, thank you so much for coming out here again. It's always a pleasure to work with you, and I'm excited for the next game when we head over to Groton, Massachusetts, and Fitch High School to face the Schooners one more time. I will send things over to my partner in the booth, the Newport Gulls field reporter, Aram Layton, for the concluding thoughts and the post-game report. Aram?
The Ocean State Waves put away Danbury by a score of 8-3. The Valley Blue Sox are final in Keene, beating the Swamp Bats 8-4. Sanford took down the Vermont Mountaineers by 2-1, and Winnipesaukee is trailing the Plymouth Pilgrims 13-1. As for today's game, you look at the score, it's easy to forget that Josh Bates was good in his start. When you look at the score of 14-10, the Gulls starter was actually very good in his 5 innings of work, 8 strikeouts, only surrendering 4 runs. Dalton Reed easily could have been the player of the game. There's so many different people you can say is the player of the game for the Gulls today with the offensive explosion they had, scoring 11 of their 14 runs in the second inning on 8 straight hits. Dalton Reed had 4 of them in the game with a dead center home run that disappeared into the night, 400-plus feet. He looked great tonight. Cole Austin, also a great job, crushed another home run out of here and had another RBI single late in the game to add some important insurance. The Gulls looked great on offense. Coach Coombs has to be happy with what he saw from them at the plate. One thing, knowing Coach Coombs, he might not be thrilled with how they let Mystic get back into the game, but it was a very impressive performance nonetheless. We saw 14 runs. That would be the highest out of any team in the NECBL tonight, even though there was a lot of offense around the league. Plymouth still has a little bit more time to put up another run or two to surpass Newport. The big story of the game last night was the strikeouts for Newport, striking out 18 times. They had an aggressive approach, and that seemed to lead to their demise yesterday, falling behind early in counts and kind of falling into the pitcher's hands with, falling behind early in the count. But today, that aggressive approach seemed to work for them with a strike thrower on the mound in Signor for Mystic. He was all over the plate, and the Newport Gulls jumped all over him, putting 11 runs up on him, 10 of them earned. The Gulls look to build up upon this win, and they travel to Wareham for an exhibition against the Cape Cod League team tomorrow, and then they'll be back home on Friday with another home game. So the Gulls bounce back off after a tough loss last night, 5-4, and tomorrow's game at Wareham should start around 6:30 p.m., as same as Friday's game as well. As for Nathan Ryder, who shut the door tonight, was boasting a low 90s, maybe even touched a mid-90s fastball, and did not surrender a hit in his 1 1/3 inning, striking out 2. Looked absolutely dominant out there on the mound. Stands at a tall 6'7". As we wait for Dave down on the field with the post-game interviews. Dave down on the field with Cole Austin.
We're here post-game with the Newport Gulls player of the game, Cole Austin. Cole, 4 for 5, 2-run home run, 3 singles, 3 RBI. What was working out the plate?
We started off a little slow yesterday as a team offensively. Most of us haven't seen live pitching in a couple weeks, but we came out and hitting's contagious. Top of lineup started hitting, just kind of trickled through down the end. We hit a lot of fastballs early in the count, which is good. Get it out of the way. So we were pretty confident to play tonight.
Now, you guys were obviously using wood bats, wood bag league. How much is that different than using aluminum like you're used to in your college season?
It's definitely different. Aluminum's a little more giving. It's definitely not going to break if you hit it off the end. I think wood bat has a little more pop if you get it on the barrel, but it's definitely a big adjustment. But once you get used to it, I think most of us like it a little more.
It was your first time here at Cardines Field for the Gulls, and you saw the atmosphere opening night here. What was it like being on the field playing in front of all these fans?
It was awesome. It's definitely a really unique field to play on. The dugouts are next to each other. Fence is a little different, but fans are awesome. They're really involved. They love their goals, so it was great to play in front of them.
How's it feel to get win number 1?
Awesome, especially at home.
Cole Austin from Arizona State, 4 for 5, 2-run home run, 3 singles, and 3 RBI. We'll send it back to you guys upstairs. The Newport Gulls pick up their first win of the 2018 NECBL season. Final score 14-10 over the Mystic Schooners. They improved to 1-1 on the year. Mystic falls to 0-2. And before we go, I'd like to say thank you for everyone helping out in the broadcast today. The executive producer was Tom Lima. The producer was Shannon Carlson. Associate producer Nick Bello. Audio technician Joe DeLeon. The on-site engineer today was Dan Byford. The social media coordinator was Allison Heap. Thank you to the field reporter Aram Layton, the statistician Andre Olivier, and for the voice of the Mystic Schooners, Mike Majeski. The Newport Gulls will be in action tomorrow when they head up to Wareham, Massachusetts to face the Wareham Gatemen in a Cape Cod League NECBL exhibition matchup. First pitch scheduled for 6:05. Newport will be back in action here at Cardines Field on Friday. First pitch at 6:35 on the 275th anniversary of Town of Middletown, where 250 T-shirts will be given out courtesy of the Town of Middletown when the Gulls face the North Adams Steeplecats. For everyone here at Cardines Field, I'm Dave Peck. You've been listening and watching Newport Gulls baseball here in the city by the sea.